Oh, ahoy, hoy, and welcome. It's been a long time since I've had to say that. Um, we, this is a very special day. We're starting a whole new campaign, a whole new edition of a system, and we're all very excited. We have been planning to have this episode for about a month now, and it's finally happening. So, let's see. I am Logan, as always. I am the DM of this system. We'll be playing D&D 5e. This will be the 2024 rules. We all skimmed it. We all know roughly what the changes are, but we're not going to be perfect, and we've never claimed to be. But if you notice us playing wrong,
playing Pathfinder. Is what I thought we were playing.
Quick, make your character again. Let's see. We're also going to do a bunch of home rules because what better time to change all the rules than when none of us know the rules. So that'll, if you see us doing strange things, that'll do it. If you've watched our other streams, you'll notice we're pulling a lot from those. So just be on the lookout. Let's see. No real other bookkeeping stuff. Before we just jump in, I will let the players go around and introduce just themselves, not their characters. Let's start with Connor.
Oh, why me? I don't want to
Because
start
you're
with
the
myself.
You're in the top left.
I'm in the hot seat this whole campaign. I don't like it.
Well, you should
like
have
to know
made
what
your
other-
character correspond to the color red.
See, I thought I was doing dark blue, but what do I know? Hi, I'm Connor.
Oh, yeah.
What else am I supposed to introduce? That's it.
I don't know.
You're not even doing your character name?
No.
No,
Nothing. Just yourself, not your character. I don't know, Connor. What if Connor had to do an Olympic sport, what would it be?
If Connor had to do an Olympic sport, ooh. I think the only sport I've ever been actually interested in pursuing would be like some kind of swimming. So I don't know. Probably not diving. That feels a little bit too acrobatic for me, but distance swimming, I could be a distance swimmer at heart.
At heart.
Not
But could your heart be the heart of a distance swimmer? Probably not.
The cardio is probably pretty hard on your heart.
Okay, next we have Sarah.
Hello, I'm Sarah. This is going to be so hard not to talk about my character. I'm really excited. But if Sarah had to play an Olympic sport, she would play either taekwondo or horseback riding.
Yeah, everything I know about you fits both of those. Okay, Sean.
Different lives.
Dressage? Dare we bring up the dressage?
No. We're done. Move on.
All right. Well, my name is Sean, and if I could do an Olympic sport, I think archery would be pretty badass. So that's what I would pick.
Okay.
I'm Abby.
Nice.
I would do epee fencing because that's fun.
Do what?
Epee fencing.
What is epee? Are you mispronouncing your own name?
Nope.
Abby.
Epee
Abby
it's a type of sword.
fencing. Okay.
Abby epee fencing.
Okay. Joey.
Abby epee fencing.
Hi y'all, my name's Joey, he, him. I would do croquet because I actually am very competitive at that.
Very competitive at that.
Is there a scene where you're at?
What a sport to be competitive at.
No.
Are you mixing up croquet with croquettes?
Croquettes, that is. I hurriedly Googled
You
obscure
Googled
Olympic
Victorian
games.
pastimes, and that's what you came up with.
No, croquet.
Croquette is a food.
fried
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Okay.
Anyway, that's a good introduction to who I am.
Yeah. Perfect, really. Okay. Well, let's see. We are going to do little short. We're going to start every episode of this campaign with little short vignettes. We're going to do in a big rotating cast. So it'll be me and one of the players. They will not be playing their own character for the most part, but sometimes they might. And it's just going to be short, maybe like 1 or 2 minute little vignettes just to get the other players acquainted with the world, introduce different concepts, and other things like that that your characters might not directly know, but that you players will get to explore the world through. So up first, we have myself and Sarah doing the first vignette. So we will start. Oh, also, we are playing on alchemy. It's a new system we discovered. So we have a bunch of little scenes, and I hope you guys enjoyed that because it took a little bit of time to do. But let's see. We're gonna start in the docks of a great city. We have my character. Actually, Sarah, go ahead and describe who you're playing.
My character's Menelaus. He's a very manly and salty sea dog of a captain, and he's trying to ship out his high-end wines to Eurasia before the storm.
Yeah. So we are down on the docks of a great metropolis. It is a sunny, beautiful day, and this captain is standing outside of his ship trying to set sail, but he is being stopped by the rigid rule of an inspector. And I am a very tall, lanky, middle-aged woman with just a very large and swoopy hat to identify her as an inspector. She has a clipboard and a pen. And she says, "And your name was Captain..."
Menelaus.
Can you spell that for me? Just a foreign word. Menelaus. Okay. And what is your ship called?
The Argonaut. I've been here 7 times before.
This paperwork is for this encounter. No. You can't leave until the paperwork is done. Okay, what is your cargo?
It's wine. Fine wines to Eurasia.
And what is the vintage?
I don't know. I don't drink the wines.
Okay, we'll just mark unknown here. And what's the quantity?
Speed it up, wines. Eurasia, we need to go now.
The quantity, I must write it down.
That's 50 amphoras.
And what's the size of an amphora?
My gods, give me strength. Have you? They're right there. Just amphora is a size. I have to go. The wines can't.
So if you were in such a hurry, you should have submitted the paperwork 3 days ago.
I did submit the paperwork 3 days ago.
Yes, but you had 2 typos, and here we are doing it again proper. Okay. Also, why are you in such a hurry to leave? It's a sunny day.
It's got to be a storm.
There's not a storm in sight. And as she looks down to write on her paper, like storm clouds form in the distance. Other sailors notice and they start like getting their ships. You are stuck here with her. You can't even get onto your ship. Okay. And you said Aresian wines. Are all 50 amphoras Aresian?
Yes. Look.
No, are they red or white? She's not looked at the sky. She is just simply looking at her clipboard. Red or white? Red. They're all red.
They're all red.
Okay.
Red.
And can we circle back around to the vintage? Have you remembered that?
Vintage, 10 years ago. Great year.
She asked just a bunch more rambling questions. And you see that storm that has formed is like rapidly approaching. Like unnaturally fast, and it doesn't look like a normal storm. There's like a vertical wall of this storm that is approaching the city. This inspector has not even looked up from her paper. She does not know that is happening. Okay,
I might as even unload. Forget about it. Unload the
wines. She's like, okay, now you said 50 amphoras, and then at that point the storm hits. Rain just torrential downpour onto you. Her paper ruined. we have to start over. And she's like looking around to try and find replacements for these forms that have just been drenched. Her hat is sheltering her from most of it, so she's still pretty oblivious to the fact that it's raining until the wind blows her hat off. And she's like, oh, and like tries to go after it. I can't do the inspection without my hat. She's like jumping around trying to get it. Lightning is going on. Other sailors are like struggling. Some people are being blown off of their ships. And then a giant crash of lightning hits, a crack of thunder hits, and lightning strikes the Argonaut. And you turn around in just dismay as your ship is like split in half, and all 50 amphoras in the ship start to slowly sink into the bay. And she says, oh, I guess we won't be needing that paperwork anymore. Okay, perfect. So, the rule for those scenes is you guys are not allowed to ask any context about them as they happen. You just have to figure it out and go with it. So, that was our first vignette. Now, the intro to our lovely campaign. So, we're no longer on a dock. We are in a boiling sea. And I will switch us over to that. So, boiling sea. A tower of stone stretches up and pierces the heavens. Atop of it is like a great imprisoned star, and it's casting baleful red glow onto the boiling sea. Turbulent waters just churning below. Black-winged harpies screech and circle the structure, like probably 500, 1,000 harpies just circling the structure endlessly. They're battered by the fierce storm. Some of them are falling down, but they get back up and they just sing their wretched song and circle this building. There's churning waves. A storm is raging. It's deafening cracks of thunder. This is the Tower of Praxis, the Tower of Storms. Inside, there are two massive figures looming over a perfect representation of the continent of Thylea. It's painted onto the floor, and it's stunningly real. Clouds are drifting on it, the ocean ripples, and scattered across them are a couple great beacons of light, scattered just amongst. One of them, on a small island, outshines all the rest. It is a beautiful golden light. Sidon, a hulking figure, and I think I can show you him. Let's see if this works. Sidon. A hulking figure with glowing red eyes. His hair is sort of formed by billowing storm clouds, and it drifts and merges with the storm. He's violently pacing the room. Every once in a while, he stops and throws a thunderbolt at the painting, and it just sort of sparks. And every time he does so, the storm outside of Praxis worsens, and then calms slightly. Lutheria, I can show you her, is an imperious woman with shifting eyes. She's slinking in the shadows of this room. She's draped in darkness itself. She, as Sidon is pacing, she stops him with a hand to his chest, and then she gestures into the heartlands of Thylea on the floor. He nods, and he reaches back, readying another thunderbolt. She shakes her head. No, husband. The mortals, they no longer heed your storms. Let us instead try something new. Oh, yes, let's do something unexpected. She lowers herself down to the painting, and she reaches out her pale hand. Great crescendos of squeals and screams begin to boiling or like emanating out from the painting, where she touches one of the golden beacons of light, which dims and turns to a smoldering inky black. Oh, that's devious. I wonder if they'll find this one to be boring. And she giggles to herself. And then she stands up, straight. Now for other matters, brother. What of your daughter? That sniving little prophet. What of her? Have you dealt with her yet? Sidon, he grumbles a deep, thunderous sound and sort of turns away, avoiding the question. And then Lutheria says, I see. I cannot solve each and every one of our problems, husband. Is this itty-bitty prophet too much for the great Lord of Storms to handle? That gets Sidon going. He turns around in a rage. Silence! I will not be spoken to such in my own domain. Lutheria sort of reacts to that and sort of slinks back down. She says, well, deal with her then, or you will force my hand. She slinks into the darkness, cackling and giggling, and fades into the darkness out of the room. Sidon is left alone in this room, sort of growling with the thunder. And then he, Helica, I know you can hear me. Get in here. And then a horrendous woman with like black squid ink hair, green horrible skin, like essentially falls through a door into the room. She's obviously trying to obfuscate the fact that she was eavesdropping. Oh, my lord requests my presence. How can I serve my lord? Sidon glowers over her. Get up. I cannot stand your bowing and scraping. You will go to my daughter and bring her to me. Do this, and I will consider your oath of service completed. Oh, yes, my lord. Of course, my lord. Go to your daughter. Bring her. It's easy. I can do this. Helica can do this. A wicked smile appears on her face as she turns to leave. And Sidon stops her and says, Helica, bring her to me unharmed. And Helica's very upset by that restriction on her task, as she then leaves the room to go do this. So that is at the Tower of Praxis. We are not at the Tower of Praxis anymore. We are in Thylea, in the Heartland. So this is a whole new scene. I'm talking a lot. This is the prologue. Get ready. The future of Thylea looks grim. Monsters menace the road. Corruption threatens the cities. Sidon, he demands daily sacrifices at every temple across the land. His sister wife, Lutheria, is kidnapping children to fund her secret rituals. The Oath of Peace, which once protected the mortals from the Twin Titans, has begun to wane, and with it, the five gods find their hands tied. And now, the Oracle has prophesied the doom of Thylea, the death of the gods, the destruction of Mitros, and the raising of the sacred tree, as well as the total annihilation of all mortal races. You all are known throughout Thylea as the mortals destined to perform great deeds. The citizens of the great city of Mitros, they already tell stories of your exploits, both real and imagined. Now it seems the time has come for you to rise to meet your fate. You have been summoned to the edge of the Heartlands in an attempt to avert the coming catastrophe by a poet and the servers to the Oracle. She has a test for you. You don't know what it is, you just know that it is a test to determine whether or not you are the heroes from the Oracle's prophecy. You are to meet this poet, a woman named Kyra, at the Sour Vintage, a traditional country inn located at a crossroads about 20 miles east of the city of Astoria. The exterior is rustic wood panels painted a cheery white. The sign hanging from the doors depicts a woman carrying an overflowing basket of grapes, and amphoras of red wine from Arisia are around. And it's all sort of illuminated by the warm glow of an afternoon sun. And we can go look at that. 3 of our heroes are approaching this inn. The 3 of you know who you are. We have a Connor, if you want to describe your character.
Oh boy. So Sophron is a very, very large man. Just a flat, square, angry face. Just covered in hair. It's just thick and coarse. Graying in most places, but you can see some like indications that it used to be just this deep, luxurious black color. But graying most all over. He's carrying with him just this gigantic hafted weapon. You can't tell if it's a bludgeoning weapon or a slashing weapon. It's just like this mangled blade on the end of a long pole. And all of this is what he imagines himself to look like. Most people looking at him notice only the horns stick out of his head, the flat, broad nose of a bull, the thick skin like leather, and the legs that like swoop back almost into hooves that he's forced into shoes that he can't find a comfortable way to walk on. Sophron is a minotaur. He is a very large and impressive beast, but a beast nonetheless.
Okay. Abby, if you would go ahead and describe your character.
Yeah. So Elegy is like a tan-skinned woman with silvery, short-ish, like pixie cut hair. And similarly, I guess, to Sophron, people would look at her face and be like, that is a 30-year-old woman. But then she also has her like arms and legs are like scaled and have claws. She doesn't wear shoes, so she's just got claw feet.
She'll
Like a
shove them
bird.
into shoes that don't fit.
No. And then she also has folded on her back like giant brown wings. And she's wearing pretty simple but like with slight ornate I guess designs on them. Like what do I want to say? Like simple, comfortable clothing that is like blue and tan.
Okay. And Joey, if you would go ahead and describe your character.
I'm playing Kyriakos of Mitros. I also go by Kai. Kyriakos is much younger than his companions, and he is a very beautiful young man. He has main character energy, unfortunately. And so, he moves to the world or the world moves around him in more ways than one. He is so pretty that things go his way more often than not. He has like, he's very like a, Greek heartthrob. So dark eyes, tousled dark hair, olive skin, flowing robes. On his back, he has slinged a spear. But there's something, should we say, electric or magical about him as well.
Okay. So the three of you and the guide that has sort of been hired to bring you all to this place walk up this sort of stone path through the vineyard around this little tavern. What have you all been... I guess, what are you talking about as you approach this? You have been traveling from Mitros. You guys did not know each other beforehand. You just sort of were gathered up by this guide. You just all happened to be in Mitros. And we're like, you were going to go meet Kyra now. And that's all that they really told you. They didn't tell you anything else about your task, just you're meeting a woman named Kyra at the Sour Vintage.
Am I familiar with Kyra as a poet? Do I know of their works? Do I know of, who they might have studied under or
Go ahead
like
and make a history check.
History.
Yeah, we'll say maybe like DC 10 history check.
First roll. First
Oh, it was
roll.
pretty
First
good.
total. Let's
Yes.
go.
So
We know our history.
there is a very common thing that happens for artists, musicians, but specifically like musicians and poets as amongst all artists, where they take the name Kyra to sort of like drum up business for themselves.
Mhm.
Like it'd be like, I don't know, someone today naming themselves like Elvis. Like, yeah, you already have
Sure.
the name recognition. You don't have to work for it. So that's very common. You have heard of this specific poet named Kyra. She's sort of new-ish on the scene. She's not like has a long tenure at the university or anything like that. But she's more of like a traveling bard, but she's very good. Like, people seem to like her work. You don't know much of her work, but you know of her.
I imagine that Sophron will have, for the majority of this walk, tried to entertain some conversation about Kyra and, well, what do you know about what her works are? What can you tell me? What have you seen or heard, try and figure that out. Probably mostly directed at Kyriakos. I'm gonna guess because he's a talker. Elegy doesn't strike me as the type of person who's really into poetry and artistry and culture.
Offend.
Or perhaps doesn't have a shared database of history.
Offend. I'm carrying musical instruments, thank you.
I think Kai is like very uninterested. Is like, oh yeah, I've heard she's a bit of a hound dog, and then like we'll immediately go back to gossiping about Mitros and then Nina's sister's brother-in-law's pool boy. You're not gonna believe what he did next.
Wait,
On
that's
God, I
David?
swear. Yes,
Is that
exactly. Yes. Are you following, Saffron?
Yeah, I got this.
Sophron doesn't even say anything. He just grumbles, just like growls dejectedly at the fact that he can't carry on a conversation about something of meaning in this world.
The
It's just
guide,
gossip.
the guide, like sort of elbows you. He's like, I thought for sure that was gonna happen this time. I know you've been trying the whole. I just thought for sure you finally got him.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, you can see the building in front of
we're
you.
not there yet. It's right there. You see it. We're not there.
Let's go.
God, just look.
I think-
Look around you.
I think
It's not
Kai
that
is like
difficult.
youthful energy is gonna like hop ahead, and maybe the others can still have conversation, but he's gonna run forward.
Okay, so Kai
Eager
takes
to
off
I'll run
running.
forward with you.
Believe it. The guide's like, well, I guess join him, and he also takes off, leaving Saffron.
Yeah, Sophron he's not about to hurry up this hill. Like he's ready for some wine, but no, we're just
In his
gonna.
awkward shoes.
Yeah, like we're not
Maybe
made for
they-
mountains.
Maybe by the time you get there, like we already have wine, and like Kai
Don't get
has,
ahead
like-
of yourself.
No. Oh, okay. All right.
How do you enter the building?
I think Kai has like the perfect amount of like dewy sweat on his head, and he kind of like flips his hair, and it like goes off just a little bit, and he catches the eye of a barkeep, and he says, "Hey."
Perfect. We will pause you all there, and we will instead go inside of the Sour Vintage, where Sarah, if you wanted to describe your character.
Hi. Yeah. So I'm playing Nemia, and she is, like really outstanding looking. Like you look at her and you see a female hoplite soldier, kind of, in the typical kind of battered armor that they would be wearing.
Oh no, did we lose her?
At her
Oh.
disposal, a short sword. Did you lose me?
Well, you're
Can you hear
back.
me
Just a
now?
little
Yeah,
bit,
just keep
little
going.
bit. You're good.
Okay. Short story. She looks like a soldier. And she is currently sitting at the table of upright, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, just kind of like a person in the room. And while this is happening, imagining there's like an apple or flatbread or olives or something, and she's just devouring them. Really.
So you are sitting across from I can show you a picture of her as well. Nope, never mind. Okay, you're sitting across from this sort of. It's really hard to assign an age to this woman. She could be 50. She could be 20. She could be somewhere in the middle. It's really hard to assign an age to her. She has just sort of overflowing, bushy, like black curly hair. She's wearing sort of simple white robe, sort of some nice golden like adoration, but not anything extravagant. Why can I not find her on this list?
Logan, your ability to talk and
Oh.
also find files is inspirational. I just wanted to let you know and also give you time to do that. Did I do that? Yes.
Perfect. So this is Kyra. She has sort of a pack that is just overflowing with like parchment and scrolls. Every once in a while, as you've been traveling with her, she'll like write something on it, trying to get a lyric down. She also has like a big like harp lyre type thing. Those are two very different instruments. It's one of the two. I don't remember which one, but she has one of those. And she is sort of looking across the table at you, and she's like, "So you don't remember anything?"
Try these olives. This is wonderful.
Okay. What's your first memory? Take me back. Put me there. What do you see? You open
Okay.
your eyes.
I open my eyes, and there's no strange visions or anything, but I'm in a temple.
Embellish. Visions.
was a-
There's strange visions. They're clouding your eyes.
No,
It comes to your vision. You open, and you see. Okay, we'll workshop it. Okay. And then she's like looks over your shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, stay here." And she scampers away from the table, leaving you alone at the table.
I take her share of food for myself.
Over in the sort of near the entrance of the bar, you hear one of the barkeeps sort of be like, "Oh, over there. I don't know where she went. She was just there," and like directs a group of 3 people to your table. The 3 of you now entering the tavern see Sarah's character sitting alone at a table set for 6. There's already other.
No.
No, Kyra.
Sophron's a good
I am
30
Lydia.
seconds late to this part.
Come sit.
Yeah.
Like sit. It's wonderful. Come. I will tell you about the food on the table because that's all I really know. These are olives. They're wonderful. Here, have some of this wine. It's not red, but it's a very good wine. And I'm just passing things on, and I'm like pushing out chairs as this is happening. Don't worry, Kyra, she will come back. She's very she won't forget about us. She'll want to talk to you. She likes talking. Does Kyra?
You like talking too, it seems.
Yes. I haven't been able to speak to people in ages.
Sophron like walks up to the table
Tell me,
at this
who are
point,
you?
and he's a big guy. He like barely fits through the door, and he walks over. He sees, oh my god, a strange woman that my traveling companions are talking to, and like lights up and like stomps over. Is this her? Is this Kyra?
No, it's not. Don't calm down.
He grunts and like pulls out a chair and just slumps into it.
But it's our new friend,
Nebia.
Isn't that nice, Saffron?
She was sitting
just
right where you
grabbing
were
grapes
sitting.
and eating.
Here, yes, take the grapes. She will be. Don't worry, she loves talking. She'll be back.
You look around. Kyra's gone.
Okay, anyway, we'll introduce ourselves. My name is Elegy.
I'm Kai, and Kai's very used to like getting free food and things, so he's like right at home, he's drinking, and then maybe he doesn't like the wine, and so he's like trying
It's
to.
very humble wine.
Yeah, trying to flag someone down.
Okay. Yes, nice to meet you. I am Nemia, and I grab your wine that you're not drinking and I pour it into my glass. And I
You're
cheers.
fun.
One of the waitress. What can I get you, dear? Did you need
Do you
something?
have what? Do you have? And he and Kai's gonna describe this one wine from Mitros as like just so good. Do you have?
You
that?
bet we got it. I was saving it just for you. I'll be back with that. She
Love it.
rolls her eyes as she leaves the table.
Hey,
You don't
I
see that.
appreciate you. Perfect.
You don't look at the help. Okay, well,
Maybe I looked
Kai's,
over at
Kai's
you.
very bubbly. Kai's very bubbly. So it's like, how do you know Kyra? Who are you? Are you also on the same journey we are?
Well, it's I wish I could tell you more, but I really don't know. And
What do you mean you don't know? Eat some olives.
Well, you see, I just woke up and I was at the temple, and they said you have to go on a journey, and here I am. But it's gonna be so much fun.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So you just woke up?
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
And this is
Kyra-
Sophron.
Rod,
He's on his third glass of wine already. Like it's going down, and he stops mid. Keeps drinking.
the barkeep brings back
Okay.
a glass of wine. Here, just for you. Sets it down.
Thanks. And he's gonna wink at her. He drinks it.
She blinks with both eyes and walks away.
Sophron will provide some kind of a tip. I don't know what does currency look like in the world of the outlying lands of Mitros.
It's your standard copper, silver, gold.
Yeah, a couple copper. There you go.
When
Make
you
sure to
go
thunk them
to,
on the
like,
table.
She looks
When
at
you
you.
go to
She
pull
goes,
money.
"Oh." She winks at you, and she takes those coppers.
Sophron, yeah, he smiles. He's I see what's happening here. Okay. I gotta winks back at her and lets her go about her day.
When she's gone, Kai is gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so glad you carry money." Ugh.
You don't carry money. That's crazy. I mean, I didn't either, but in a city, it seems like that's very important.
In my trust, I've never needed it.
What do you
You know?
mean? No.
I just, yeah, I just one way or another, someone's always sharing. Isn't that how you go through life?
That sounds like theft.
No.
What do you mean
no,
someone's
no,
always
no,
sharing?
no.
Are you sure? It does sound like that.
It's
Honest to God. So Kai will just share story after story of and then I show up and everyone's pouring me alcohol. And then I go and I already have a seat at the table.
you know that's what people do to get you to buy things, right? They give it to you and then you consume it and then they demand money. Are you sure you're not just walking away before they've demanded the money?
No, that can't possibly be it. They
You're
always they know
you're
me.
so
They know,
naive, Kai.
they know
How
who
do
I
you-
am. They're like, Kai, I want you to have this, and they
No
give it to
one
me.
knows who you are. You have to
In my
assume,
trust, they do.
going through life, you have to assume that you're a nobody.
No,
I feel like
he people know who he is. It's true.
It's developed in you a sense of entitlement that I feel the youth. You're also full of this. So full of
Saffron, you're
yourself.
No, it's just him.
Saffron,
He's very
you're so
entitled.
funny. You're so funny, Sophron. You're so funny. Okay, Boomer.
Goes back to drinking.
You guys,
Eating.
a horn.
Aeneas eating.
Okay, go ahead, Sarah. Just forget you heard a horn. Okay.
No, continue.
Okay.
I
A
was
horn.
you
The
just
saddest little
continue.
horn plays out. It's like a little and you guys look over and just this dude is holding a horn and you see a woman tied to a rope by her waist coming down from the rafters, and two children are holding the other end of the rope trying to lower her down. They slip. She goes falling to the floor. Just everyone is silent and the whole inn.
Kyra!
She, you know this as Kyra. She stands up, dusts herself off. She goes, "The heroes of the prophecy." And she says, "I have waited for the 5 of you." Wait, and she shoot, I was early. "Hey, you!" And she points to a different table where Sean, describe your character.
Okay. I think he's over at the other table, in sort of just well-weathered traveler's clothes. He's got his cloak pulled up and basically covering his entire face. Very sort of Lord of the Rings when you first meet Aragorn. Yeah, very Strider. He's not smoking a pipe, unfortunately. But you can see sort of bright red locks of hair kind of curling out just at the edges. And I think if you look a little closer, you can see sort of these like milky white eyes hidden in the darkness. And he has kind of a large staff with him as well. And
So-
he's sort of just minding his own business at the table.
Yeah. Kyra points at you, sort of the crowd part. She said, "Hey, you're at the wrong table. Come over here. You're ruining it."
He is looking right at her and just makes no response.
She's like, she nudges, like elbows one of the kids that drop, turns, points at you. You just feel like a child come grab you and sort of usher you over to the right table.
Who are you? I mean, where am I going?
You are whisked away. This child does not answer any questions. You are deposited at the table. And now she starts again. She says, "The heroes of the prophecy, the
I
five
think
of
you
you."
need to come from the ceiling again.
You like that? I had they ruined it, but I thought it was
Do
going to be
over.
good.
Yeah,
She
do it
came
again.
over
Do
to
it
see-
again.
Okay.
Give
You
us
guys
a break
just
so we
go
can
back to
laugh.
talking. Go back to talking. Okay.
Okay,
And she
okay.
like works with the children to get her
Finn,
hoisted back up.
Sandy's cousin's girlfriend's boyfriend.
Okay. She said, "Okay, hit it with the horn." And then they play the horn. Everyone stops talking again. Then Kyra descends from the rafters. And she said, "Okay, the heroes of the prophecy of the oracle, the five of you have been gathered to undertake a dangerous mission. Are you up for it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Okay, great. And she like dusts herself off, shakes off the belt. She comes to sit back down. Oh, that was fun. Wow. Okay, yeah. So I'm Kyra. I work for the Oracle, as you very well know. Thank you for answering my summons. I will be direct. You guys need to undertake a very dangerous mission before you sort of prove yourself as the heroes of the Oracle. But I have full faith that you guys can underdo it. So I'll just lay it right out. So the Twin Titans, you know them. Everyone loves them. Just kidding. Sidon and Lutheria. They've corrupted the heart of a great boar and just sort of unleashed it on the countryside. And it's been laying waste to all forms of civilization, just slaughtering really everything in its path. It was sent to punish mortals for their continued faith in the five gods. So it's really just that simple. Many have attempted to hunt the boar, and all have failed. However, you will not fail. I have, like I said, full faith in you. So that's really step one. Step two, gotta kill the boar.
Ron is like visibly taken aback. He doesn't know what to make of this person that he was very excited to meet and is now a little bit heartbroken by.
She's also tiny. Last time I said someone was tiny, they were 2 inches tall in a campaign. She's not that small. She's probably like, I don't know, 4'5". Like she's a very
Oh,
small
tiny.
woman. And so you're probably like double her size.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a restrained disappointment on Sophron's face.
How big is this boar? What are we talking about?
Oh, pretty big.
But how big?
Like 5 boars
5 boars.
or more. I haven't seen it.
Kai is going to down his equivalent of Josh wine, and he's going to put it down, and he's going to stand up, and he's going to say, "We're heroes. Of course we're going to do it. Let's go." And he starts
sit
walking
down.
towards the door.
No,
I like this one.
back.
I like this one. Yeah, get
No, you
right to
don't.
it. Okay.
You don't know
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, give it a few days. You'll change your tune.
I don't know. He just has this gusto.
People are in
Mi-
danger. We have to help them.
Mysterious stranger who has cloak over their head. What's your deal?
What's your deal?
What are you? Elegy. That's not how we talk to people.
He
I
like
said, what's your deal?
Oh, okay.
it, like
You
takes him a
asked what
second,
they were.
and then he just sort of like turns and looks directly at you, and he's like, "All right, what's my deal? I mean, my name's Aeneas. What's yours name?
Elegy?
Elegy.
That's not my actual name, but it's close enough.
That's a name. Well,
Oh,
where? How?
This is
He kind of reaches out a hand, and he's like, "Will you come closer?"
I reach in my hand. A clawed, scaly hand.
Oh. Well, I don't know if I've ever felt a hand like that before. No, I meant your face. Come closer.
Oh. Put my face.
He's sort of like he
Which is
very
also
gently like kind of touches your face, and he gets his other hand out, and he kind of is just like, oh well, quite beautiful there, my lady. But well, I guess we're heroes. I don't know. Did anyone try just talking to this boar?
You can't talk to boars.
Well, you can't talk to boars, but I can.
No, actually, this boar can talk, so like any of you could talk to it.
What?
Oh,
But
that's weird.
That should have been part of your story.
you didn't ask. But
You didn't tell.
You're right. I'll workshop it. No, people have tried to talk to the boar. It's I don't know if you let's play back to I said it slaughters everything in its path. That includes people who go to talk to it.
Well, you know, sometimes animals are just misunderstood, and you gotta talk to them a little bit. You know.
No, this one was very clear in his mission.
Well, I just think a lot of people in this world are misunderstood. So
Yeah. This boy's not one of them.
I agree with Crocodile Dundee. We should save this boar and the people it's harming. Let's go. And he's gonna walk towards the
Come back!
door again.
How about
Does he know where he's
how
going?
about
Does he know where he's going?
No, he does not know where he's going.
who is that?
Hi, I'm Kai, and with maybe a familiarity of interacting with people like Aeneas, he'll let you touch his face.
Okay, yeah, Aeneas will reach out his hands and he'll say, "Oh, well, there is something strange about you.
you feel
Why-
dewy
you glow.
sweat?
do you normally just glow for people, or is that you doing something special?"
I have been
don't
told I
stroke his
glow.
ego. He doesn't need it.
Some people have said that about me. You're not the first.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe it's a medical issue. You should get that checked out.
Oh, he called me beautiful and he said you had a medical issue. That's funny.
Pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's good. I'm gonna get another glass of wine and drink it slowly.
All right. Well, Kira, are you gonna show us where the boar is? And he sort of
Oh,
like
I don't
grabs
know where
onto
the
her
boar is.
sleeve.
I don't know where the
Wait.
boar is.
I thought you knew everything.
Oh, you're so nice. I like this one. No, I don't know much actually, including where the boar is. So, but I do know how to employ the proper people. So I've hired a guide to take us to the boar at dawn.
Us? You're coming?
Yeah. How am I supposed to record your heroic deeds if I'm not there? And I have to know if you all die. You won't, so that I can hire the next party.
How many
Aeneas-
parties have died?
You should touch this one's face. It's a funny face.
Oh, well, I mean, normally people don't just. Well, okay. Sir, can I touch your face?
No.
Nemia
Alright.
sticks
So
her
rude,
face-
Sophron. You can't
Nemia-
just say no.
Nemia sticks her face and says, "To me."
Aeneas will gently touch your face and map out what you look like.
Great.
Do you have any scars or anything? Like any battle scars on your face?
Probably like on her neck. I feel like.
Mm.
So if you like touched her jaw,
jugular
and-
stab wound.
yeah, you know, I don't know.
Probably
It might
not.
be.
He'd probably stick mostly to the front, but
You hear a whisper in your ear. What do you think about her?
oh, she seems lovely too.
Yeah, but you identified the other something about the others.
Oh,
She's very hungry. I'm eating this whole time.
she's just very energetic. I mean, there's something.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
she's vibrating under my
Yeah,
fingertips.
she's vibrating. Okay, Kyra records that down.
Maybe it's like, whoa, vibrating, vibrant personality.
Because you're literally eating.
Yeah.
So Kai's like probably like very bored and like trying to like play with the kids, but then he like when he noticed that Kyra is like writing stuff down, he's like, "Wait, what did you write about my glowing? What did you like?" He's gonna like try to like
let's
look
see.
at your.
No, she's like hiding it from you, but reading it. Let's see. He touched your face. He said it was wet and clammy, and that you had a medical condition. It's all right here.
No, that's not
That-
cool.
that is-
Does sound
Perfect.
about right.
No, I heard glowing. Did anyone else hear that?
Maybe you're pregnant. I hear that is something that humans
Oh,
happen.
plot twist! She starts writing furiously on her paper.
Elegy,
Yes,
that's
this
not
is so
how
good.
human. That's not how human. Pookie, no, that's not how. That's not how human biology works.
What do you mean?
Ooh, biology!
Look.
I have pictures, and she goes down to her little bag, and she brings out. You don't know how she fit this textbook in there. She's like, okay, let's see, minotaur, siren, dryad, human. She turns around, just like horrible pornographic photos. She's like, see, look.
I forgot to tell you guys about that. Yes, she will reference anything if you mention it. That you know.
She
so
flips it back down. She like flips a couple pages, giggles, closes it, and puts it back in her pack.
I feel like Nemia has finished all the food on the table,
Yeah, between Nimri and Sophron, we've polished it off. Yeah.
and we're like, she stands up. She's like, "Whoa, what are we waiting for? Let's go out there and see."
We've been
where the
walking
spore
for
is."
so long.
Yeah, and
You're
Not
not
tired, are you?
the guide's coming tomorrow morning, so it would be rude for me to have hired them out of pocket to not use them. So let's plan on tomorrow morning.
Let's drink more. My friend is paying, and he points at Sophron.
Just absolutely flat affect on Sophron's face as he stares at Kyriakos.
Ha! Free drinks for everyone. Kai is interested in a party if there's a party happening. If we have to spend a whole night here.
I mean, it's like 2 in the
If you're going to
afternoon.
find a party,
2 in the afternoon.
if you're going to find a party, it's in this room.
You look around.
I
There's
thought we
like
already were partying.
sad, huddled farmers. Like your table's very lively. None of the other tables really are.
Did none of them perk up to free wine?
Some of them did,
Wow.
but then like as they like looked at the bartender that you had interacted with, she was like shook her head, and they like sat back down.
Okay, well Kai's bored,
Sad
so he's
face.
gonna start playing with the kids and see if they'll hoist him up on that thing and strap him. So he's
Yeah.
like tying the rope around himself.
So you go,
Oh, Sophron will definitely hoist Kyriakos into the air.
Uppies.
Yeah, we give you some uppies, and we just like yank on the rope and slam you into the rafters. Just give you a couple of good just thwacks.
wow, the kids like giggle. They're having the time of their life. They're like, wow, you're so much fun. You're like Uncle.
Uncle?
You're
Uncle?
like Uncle
Sidon.
Yanni before he died.
Mm.
Oh.
And the little one starts like actively crying, and like the big one tries to comfort them a little bit.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. We're just gonna
Kyri-
keep slamming Kyriakos into the ceiling.
I think Kai is actually like pretty able to definitely handle that. and it's
You're
like
being
it's like
slammed into
From the ceiling or
Yeah.
down on the floor?
From suspended.
when he,
Yeah.
I assume when he falls down and the violence that happens, that's when it becomes funny. So
Yeah.
I'm on the ground. So
Okay.
when the kid starts crying, I'll pick himself
Yeah.
up and like comfort him. Be like, "Hey, kid, I know what it's like to lose a loved one."
You also had an uncle who went to hunt a boar and got killed.
Not so specifically.
No, but when I was about your age, I lost a parent. So I think it's mostly about what did you like best about your uncle? Did he also fly into the rafters?
Yeah, sometimes he was really fun. He was also a really good hunter up until the end.
Well, see, that's what you got to think about is when he was around.
Make just a charisma check. Child rearing if you have it.
Open child rearing.
Open the skill child rearing.
Yeah.
We'll
is
do
this
That's one of our
DC
new rules.
We'll just do DC 10.
just a straight charisma
Roll
or
to be cool, uncle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
doesn't come off well?
Flashback.
Doesn't come off well. The kid, it's not terrible, but the smaller child is sort of inconsolable, and the bigger one sees that playtime is over and sort of takes their sibling and sort of leaves, leaving you and Sophron.
While the children are can I identify like if there's an adult that they belong to in this room?
Yeah, that's easy enough. You look around. Yeah, they go sort of scurrying back to, like a man and a woman, presumably their parents, at a table. They are one of the ones that look pretty despondent. Like they all do, but they look particularly despondent.
I feel like I'm gonna grab a pitcher of wine and 2 cups from our table and just like walk over and say, oh, like introduce myself, like, oh, I'm the Mia. It's I've never been to this part of the country before, can you tell me a little bit about it, friends? And she like
Yeah, the
hands them
man
wine
sort of
and
like,
kind of like
what are
settles
you,
in.
one of those heroes of the prophecy?
Yeah, we're still trying
Not
to figure
quite
that out.
sure what
really.
you heroes are good for if you haven't killed that thing. Already lost my brother. And
Yes, I
then the
heard
woman's
about
like,
that. Where?
"Oh, Leo,
Where?
shush. She's trying to be nice. Thank you, dear." And she takes the amphoros of wine. She pours herself a heavy glass. You see a lot
A
of
big
empty
one.
glasses next to her.
Girl, I know. And she's like, well, yeah, if I'm gonna, hopefully we can help, but I
Well,
need to know a little bit more about it.
Well, we're just farmers. Leo here's a hunter, and his brother, Yanni,
My
also a
brother
hunter.
was a farmer too.
Oh, yeah. Well, we aren't farmers anymore because our farm was ransacked by the boar. She gestures around. Many of us are now. This is where we've been.
And the boar has it been all over the countryside, or is it in one place?
I know it was at our home. I don't know where else it's been.
My goodness. And how long ago? How long have you been here? You need a second cup of wine.
5 or so days. She pours herself. Now she has 2 in her hands.
And it's just
It's a
killed
party.
everyone, this boar?
Yeah. Anyone who doesn't
Wow.
flee.
Well, I think that one over there, I point to Kyriakos. He's got a plan. He's gonna do something about it.
I'm like picking my nose.
He's being dropped to the floor.
Like, okay. And she goes back to her
At the
drink,
moment.
sort of signaling she's done talking to you after you've instilled faith in her that Kyriakos
Great. Okay.
will kill the boar.
Great. I sidle on back to the table with Elegy and Aeneas. Are you still sitting there?
I
Oh.
am gonna dismiss myself from the table. while all of this is happening.
Yeah.
I'll invite you. I will invite you outside. I'm going to go outside and map the area. You can come if you want.
Who are you talking to?
You,
Is that
that one
Me?
across the table from me. You're the only one left here.
I thought, Saffron was is
Mhm.
not here.
I'm abusing a child.
Okay, yes. Aeneas is like, oh, right, well, that sounds great to me. Can I... He sort of gets up and he puts his staff out, but he's like, can I hang off your arm? Just
Yeah.
makes it a little easier.
I'll hold your hand.
Well...
Clawed hand
Alright.
sort of interlaced with yours.
Come on, let's go.
Thanks. He'll sort of shuffle slowly out with you.
And then once we get outside, I'm gonna. Can you climb this building?
Um,
I was going to do
May-
most of the work up there.
how about I'll be the ground force and you you be the... Are you going to fly somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll just sit on the ground over here.
Okay, I just can't. I can't take you with me. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense, but I don't really feel like wandering around right now, and I
Okay,
can't
well-
fly.
Would you rather listen to music? I could do that too.
Sure, that sounds great to me.
Okay, so wait here.
You hear?
I go inside. And I'll grab a lyre. I'll grab the instrument that Kyra had.
Okay.
What? And I'll bring it back out here.
Okay. It's the lyre.
Great. I'll start playing that.
You strum one string, and Kyra bursts through the front door. Oh my God! Is it music time? She pulls a flute out of nowhere. She's like, "Okay, let's go! 1, 2, 3, 4." She starts playing just horrible, discordant music. It's like a elementary school recorder, just honking away. She's like, "Come on!" She's like trying to carry the tune.
No, it's not music time for you.
She's in a world of her own.
Well, maybe we should go for, let's go for a walk around.
Yeah, that sounds
and,
good.
Kyra whips out a
Kyra, I think-
tambourine and gives it to you.
No. It's music time inside. He throws the tambourine into the building as best he can.
She takes
He's
out
sorta
another
like,
one and throws it, and she's like, yeah, and she goes back inside.
Whew.
Hits me when I'm on the ground.
The tambourine just... Right, I mean, Elegy, I was thinking we could walk around a little bit, just keep our feet planted on the earth and get to know each other. I've heard of your name before, actually. It's quite a long way for a siren to be all the way over here. What's caused you to travel so far?
Well, all my family died and nobody remembers about it, so that's fine.
Oh, well, that's I'm sorry to hear that.
It's quite traumatic, but I'm handling it very gracefully. Sometimes. Sometimes
I'd
not.
like to make an insight check on that one. Yes, well, I mean, you don't seem too cut up about it right now, but I'm happy to talk with you about it if you need any help. I mean, I lost my family when I was quite young as well. Sort of raised myself with the help of a couple other people here and there, but I'm glad we got a group. It's good to be with people again. You seem to have gone through a lot of hardship, but Kyriakos, what Elegy? I mean, not Elegy. Sorry, It's a lot of new names really fast. Nemia, they seem. I don't
And
want
the
to say
Mia can't
soft.
remember anything. So
I
that
can't
seems like a
remember
problem.
anything.
Yeah. She said she was eating olives and she said, "These are great. Have you ever had them before?" I have not ever had them before. That's what I heard.
Is everyone in this party ill somehow?
What's
Does she have brain damage?
Can I pop up? Can I pop up from behind a tree? Like in front of them?
Sure.
Oh, I don't think I have brain damage.
But where did you come from?
I was very curious about what you guys were talking about, so I thought I'd come along. I've been here the whole time. Thank God you got rid of Kyra. I had to listen to her singing for the whole 3 days out, away from the temple.
Is she better at singing than she is at playing music?
No,
Oh,
worse. Tambourine was a lucky call.
Well, that's a first for a bard, I guess. Can't sing or play for the life of her. Oh well. We'll just try and avoid music time as best we can, I guess.
Nivea's just like, oh, she's good.
why are you eating so much? What is wrong with you?
Maybe she has a stomach problem.
No, I'm just very hungry. I'm sure
Why?
the oracle said it'll solve itself. She just said I had to catch up on calories.
You met with the oracle?
She was
Hmm.
she was there when I woke up. Well, it's just wonderful to get out. I've been stuck in the temple for 3 days.
For 3 days. Well, tell us about this oracle. I've never met her.
Well, I'd never met her either until I did.
Well, you've known her for 3 days longer than me. How does she know we're all heroes?
She did. She, she did not. She did not see fit to enlighten me. They kept asking me questions, like you guys, about what I remember. I don't see. It's not very important what I remember.
Well, I don't know about that. What do you remember?
That's just waking up. I'm a soldier. I have brothers. That's
Maybe you
about
have
it.
to eat enough food for your whole life up to this point, and that's why you're so hungry.
Well, it's
The food is
it's
filling out her brain.
just like olives up to here.
Well, at least it won't be empty anymore.
Logan, what do I remember? Can I have like an insight check on the oracle?
Yeah. Go
Like,
ahead.
If I had any
Yeah. We'll make it DC
information about.
15. Insight.
Okay. Oh Lord. Nope. I was too hungry.
You were both too hungry, and the first couple of days it was still sort of a blur. Like you were forming memories, but some of it was still getting lost, and like you can remember, but it sort of slips away. So you remember sort of waking up, seeing her. You remember interacting with her. You don't really remember any specifics. You have much more memories of like once you left the temple, you and Kai were traveling. That you can remember fairly well, but the whole time at the temple is still sort of blurry.
Okay. Yeah, so I convey that to you.
All right. Well, I'm a little worried about Kyra. I mean, if she's gonna tag along, she seems a bit like dead weight.
She's going to
Or she's
record
gonna
our
get hurt.
story. Maybe she's a good poet, actually.
She's loud though. She's too loud.
You hear
Nice.
tambourines
Amelia shakes
and
her head.
No, let's walk
flutes.
further. Walk
No,
faster.
from
get
inside
a-
the from inside.
Kai is playing tambourine. Equally bad. Equally bad.
What's up with Sophron? He seems a little grumpy.
He's not grumpy. He's just a quiet and I don't know. Philosophical.
Oh. All right.
And
well, I guess
grumpy.
we can.
Maybe grumpy.
Maybe a little. Oh well. It's
And then
fine.
Kai is just a wild card, but I think in a good way. I don't know.
Are you all from your toes?
Nope.
I mean, not really. Not anymore. I was born there, but never really lived there. Where are you from?
Okay, and with that, we'll go back inside. Sophron, after you dropped Kai,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing? You had moments.
We're straight
Yeah,
up. We're straight up to the bar. We were
Perfect.
talking to that barmaid.
perfect. You
Ooh.
I will show you her.
Oh my!
Oh my god. If I can find her, this is gonna be a problem. You come up to the bar. This lady sort of leans over the bar at you. She
I
says,
love her.
"Oh, it's Mr. Beefy."
Ooh. Sophron did not like that. -1.
What can I do you for?
Gonna kind of like look at her for a second, give her a second chance. Like, what do you have for ale? Is it just wine in this town?
I got some good stuff if you're interested.
Something dark? Maybe a little
Mhm.
thick?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She like bends down beneath the bar, comes back, and you hear like way too much noise for what could be happening down there. And she brings back up like a mug of like a big mug, like a proper minotaur sized mug of just
Good,
like
good.
thick dark ale.
Mm-hmm.
What's that down for you?
Gonna grab it and drink it with just like a surprising daintiness. Just like a little pinky out, sip it. That's all right.
Catches her off guard. She said, "You're mighty mysterious."
Well, you have to keep them guessing, don't you?
Hmm.
Can't give away too much early on.
Hmm.
Say, there's a poem you remind me of.
Oh, do tell me.
Are you familiar with the works of Aeneas?
Never heard of him.
We have so much to acquaint you with. Starts talking about like this beautiful like sea scene where like a person on a boat looking out over the clouds, disappearing off into the horizon. It's just this lovely, beautiful picture of nature and the idyllic kind of seafaring life.
Make a what skill do you imagine? Are you channeling like intelligence? You're remembering this, or is it sort of charisma? You're trying to paint a beautiful picture.
I think we're trying to paint a beautiful picture with
Okay.
this. He very clearly like remembers it word for word. I mean, it's a perfect recitation
Okay.
of the work.
Make a.
But is it presented well?
Let's do a DC 14 persuasion.
Persuasion.
Mm.
Okay.
You're trying to. Nice.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You start talking, you can see her eyes glaze over. But you reel her in. She gets into it and she's like, other customers are coming up and she's like pushing them away. She's like enraptured with your retelling of this. And at the end of it, she goes, well, that was beautiful. I like you. What's your name?
Sophron.
Sophron.
And yours?
Hey, Tala. Pleasure to meet you. She holds out her hand for you to kiss.
Yeah, he will. He'll oblige that.
How did you get mixed up with that one? She points as Kyver's doing handstands with the children.
Well, you know, sometimes you find cases that need just a little bit of attention. Somebody who needs fatherly support. Maybe a little direction in life.
So I've taken a liking to you, so I'm going to give you some advice. Run. Don't go with that woman. You know how many hunters she set on this boar?
Do you know how many hunters are like me?
They've all died.
Well,
So if you're confident, if you come back here, a grand boar slayer, but I don't want to see you go.
I'll bring back a pelt just for you. Puts a couple coins on the bar, picks up Kyriakos, and sachets out the door. Oh,
Holy
you're muted.
moly.
While you're carrying Kyriakos, he's gonna have a conversation with you, like while I'm over your shoulder, I assume.
Mhm.
And it's like,
Mhm.
hey, Sophron, did you notice the kids said that a hunter wasn't able to take down the boar? I wonder what what weapons they used against him. Like, do we have what we have? Is that different enough? Like, if a bow can't take him down.
So I've got him like slung over my shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Fireman carrying him out of the tavern, and I hold him out at arm's length, like look him in the eye, just like with a happy twinkle in my eyes, look him in the face. Are you suggesting we talk strategy?
Yeah, I mean, the kids were talking about their uncle. He sounded like a confident hunter, and if he wasn't able to do it with a bow and arrow, we probably should figure a plan out.
Why haven't you shown me this before, lad?
It's just like when Kevin's pool boy didn't come to the party, and so they had to place a trap to get the, I don't know, and he goes into a story about gossip that he told you about at some point.
Yep. We've already glazed over, and Sophron is pondering the military tales of, armies approaching gigantic beasts and how they fought them and defended various areas, thinking back through history of all of the stories and recollections of the times that this has happened and how we could apply this, what other groups have done to fight monstrous creatures as he carries you down the path. Walking towards the
if you
assume
say
of
that out
bringing
loud, I'm going to be
liars.
like, I'm saying the same thing, Grandpa. Are you not listening? It's just like when Cindy and continue to like
We're having
your
separate conversations.
No. Your Marcus Aurelius, your strategy is also
Yeah. Sophron thinks you're having different conversations.
perfect.
Oh, our game master is muted.
You left the tavern? You were like leaving? Okay.
Yeah, I had to make like a dramatic, I'll be back, and then I'm gone. And like, I don't know if I can ever go back. Yeah, I don't know if I can.
We have to stay the night there. We have to sneak you back in.
Yeah, you guys have convened outside of the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess with that, we'll take a short break as you all group up outside the tavern. You whirlwind of meeting people, whirlwind of meeting characters, and a lot of questions about some mysterious people. Like, what illness does Kyriakos have?
Good question. I'm
Point, right.
leaning.
It's like Pokemon, where it's like, guess that. Who's that Pokemon? It's like, what's that illness?
Guess that mental illness. It's a lobotomy.
Okay, we'll be right back. And we are back. And we are also going to do another new thing after our breaks. You know how, I don't know if all of you have played video games before. You know how sometimes on video games when you're loading, like it'll just be like a little I'm thinking of specifically Bethesda games, like when you're
A
loading.
tooltip?
No, not a tooltip. It'll be like a
lore
little
info?
lore snippet. And so
Oh, okay.
I have a bunch of these prepared, and I will choose them sort of at random, with some order. But I will after a break I will present you this. I will not take any questions on it, and that is what you get.
Capiche.
And our characters do or do not
Like and
know these.
subscribe.
Oh, these are okay. So these are actual. In the campaign, it can be like, here's a book of lore. You give it to your characters, and then you can read it. Or I can give it to you piecemeal throughout the whole campaign, and eventually your characters will find the book that all of this lore comes from, and you're like, oh, okay, sure, that's where that comes from. So will your characters know it? Not until they find it. But this is more for you as players to get more lore, because there's a lot of lore, and I can't give it to you all in character. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Perfect. So
Sounds good.
first one. This is starting from you, Xander. I shall relate the tale of those 700 ancient mortals who, on the eve of the oath, answered the call of the silver-helmed Balmitria and braved the black-bladed waters of the merciless Wavemaker. Though you were 10 years gone, taken from us by treachery, still we could feel your steady hand guiding our ships as we sailed into darkness and doubt. Still we could feel your clear-eyed gaze of hope. That is Letter to Xander, page 1. No question. Perfect. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
It'll make sense in due time. Okay. So,
I'll have forgotten by then.
I hope you wrote
I've
that
forgotten
down.
already.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
So you guys convened outside to talk strategy late into the night. You are joined at a certain point by Kyra, who understood music time was over. It's time to get serious. She put away her harp and brought out, I don't know, a little board with little soldiers so she could like reenact the battles that you guys are planning. And you strategized late into the night. Anyone want to do anything before we reconvene in the morning?
Does
No.
Kyra know anything about the boar and the people who have fallen before us?
She's like, well, I know that they died. I know that they went to hunt the boar. I know they didn't do it. And that means that they are not the heroes of the prophecies. So some of them didn't plan and just went headstrong. They said, we're the heroes of the prophecy. We don't need a plan. They didn't come back. There were others that planned so meticulously that they were actually planning all the way up till they got to the boar, and then the boar just killed them, and they never even got to past the planning stage. So I'd recommend maybe a middle ground between those two. A couple people planned really poorly, died. Some of them planned really well, but executed poorly. They died. Some of them
This is very
flawless, but they still died. There's a lot of death.
What is this prophecy?
I have no idea.
What?
I'm not the prophet. I'm a poet. Oh, I see how you were confused. No, poet, right?
No.
Just kidding. I actually do know a little bit about the prophecy, but I sort of can't tell you yet.
Can't or won't?
Both, actually.
Why can't you?
Because I have sworn an oath to not do so.
Fine.
Any more questions?
I'm curious, like, from what she has told us about like plans not working versus plans working. Was there like any discernible information about like tactics, or like can I tell if Kyra actually didn't pay attention at all and like has no knowledge of like what worked, or she's just like glossing over it?
Yeah.
Like,
Roll insight. We'll do DC 15. You can tell every time you ask a question, she gets like a sort of wild look in her eye, and she has to like physically restrain herself from blurting out a bunch of answers. And you get the impression that she is actively taking a backseat in this journey and sort of purposefully not helping you guys.
Okay.
But what if
Great.
somebody went
But
and
she could. She. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go.
I was just gonna say she could help us, but she's trying not to.
That's the impression you get.
Okay.
What if you send in a group
I'll
of
ask.
heroes and then they weaken the boar and then somebody else gets sent in and the boar is like on death's door and then they kill it and then are they the hero?
Yeah, I think so. It's whoever kills the boar and then sacrifices it. So that's the key thing there at the end. So whoever does that. I mean, I guess if you do it through treachery, that's sort of starting on a bad foot. But I mean, technically, as written, yeah.
And how do we sacrifice it?
Oh, you just sort of build a
Burn
big
it?
fire and you burn it. And you
Yeah,
pick
perfect.
someone to sacrifice it to.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Are we sacrificing to the Titans so they don't destroy us? Because I think sometimes that is it.
I'm going to say no. You should probably not do that. Everyone knows this is a really big boar, and so if you sacrifice it to the Titans, that might tip the power, like the scales in their favor, and then they might just destroy the whole world. So I'd strongly consider not sacrificing it to the Titans.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Got it.
You're going to have to speak up. I can't read lips.
Outside of character, is that how this works? Is that like if the worship of the gods and titans makes them powerful? Do we know that? Like our characters?
Roll religion. DC 10.
Can I have a little extra zhuzh on it for
Nope.
reasons?
Yeah, sure. You can have advantage.
How does one do that on this with
Think
advantage?
you
There
drag
we
up.
go.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Yes, and like sacrifice and worship does give some power to the gods. This is like specifically like large, meaningful sacrifices of like this powerful beast that is like a very meaningful sacrifice. That is good. If you like sacrifice a chipmunk to them, like sure, that's probably not going to do much. But some people take it to the extreme and like are making huge sacrifices like daily. Specifically, recently at Temples of Sidon, they're slaughtering like hundreds of things a day to try and appease him.
Oh, so it's like both it's about appeasing the entity you're sacrificing to, but also making them powerful. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Kyra.
Yes,
Has
sir.
anyone else ever fought a beast like this before? Like,
Oh,
what
I'm
what
sure
about some
people have fought these
historical
beasts plenty of times.
examples?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, what did they do? I don't know all the stories. You're a bard.
you could be smart about it. You could. Oh, traps. We could set traps. That would be fun. We could sneak up on it. We could wait for it to get really full, and then when it goes to sleep, we could kill it. We could throw it a party, and then it's gonna forget that we're its enemies, and then I jump out of the cake with a knife. No, sorry. Elegy jumps out of the cake with a knife, and she stabs it, and it's really dramatic. And she goes on and starts listing a whole bunch of other scenes that wildly descend into nonsense.
Yeah, Aeneas, didn't you think maybe you could be smart about it?
Nah, not really. I mean, not with this woman here.
What happened to talking to it?
We already said
Well,
that is not
I've
good.
been told that's not gonna work, and apparently you can just talk to anyone. So we can talk to it when we get there.
But you could talk to it, and we could kill it.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Distraction.
That's kind of rude. The whole point of talking to it was to save it, but I guess that's the kind of person you are.
Doing a lot of judgment. That's not very nice.
Okay. Well, let's fast forward. You guys stay the night. You sneak Sophron back into the bar, unseen.
I climb up a trellis on the
Yeah.
outside and like break
Ooh,
half
that
the rungs of
trellis.
it.
Yeah,
No,
it's
Kai
struggling.
is able to give you advantage to any kind of sneaking around after a party, so don't worry.
Not even gonna ask about that. That's great.
In the morning, you guys meet up with two foresty looking men and Kyra in front of the Sour Vintage. One of them's sort of an older guy, one of them's the younger guy. They look like they spend more time in the forest than they do around people. Kyra, bright as ever, is just so excited to see you. She tells you all about her dreams. Let's see, who is she going to tell about her dreams? Aeneas. She's like, you seem to really like dreams. I just get that vibe about you. And then she proceeds to tell you all about her dreams. They're not anything prophetic or meaningful, but she tells you all about them.
I'm gonna be like, well, I mean, you're definitely having dreams, but you don't need to tell me about them because they don't mean shit.
Okay. The hunters, they take you sort of on the woods or on a path into the woods. They seem to know where they're going. They're guiding you sort of in the right direction. For this, I think that we will do a group check on the journey. So we will have a DC of, let's see, there's 5 of you. We're gonna do 55 is what you have to get to. All of you rolling. So I will, if you have an idea of how you already think that you're gonna help the group get to this boar, you can say it now. Alternatively, I can present some situations and one of you can step up to make a check. You can expend resources on these checks. So I think the way that we'll do it is if you spend like essentially a short rest resource, you can get a +2. And if you spend a long rest resource, you can get a +5. At this level, it doesn't matter, but it'll be like your highest spell slot is a 5. Anything less than that is a 2 for as far as spell slots go. Does that all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just keep, like, one of you will make a check. We'll take that total, and then the next person will add it to that, and you're trying to get all the way up to 55. Okay?
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
Okay. Does anyone have anything that they're like, I already know how I'm going to contribute?
I
I
already know how I'm going to.
also.
Okay, we'll start with Elegy. Elegy, how are you
Okay.
contributing?
I am going to use my navigators and cartographer's tools to make sure that these guides are actually going. Like, I'm gonna sit them down,
Mm-hmm.
get them to tell me where we're trying to go,
Yeah.
and then check them along the way.
Yeah, the older one is named Aeneas. He seems like he knows where he's going. The younger one is Havon, and he seems like he's just tagging along. Like, you get the idea that maybe he's in trading. But Aeneas does seem like he knows where he's going. He's spoken to people. He's sort of triangulated where this boar's likely made its lair. It does move around, but he thinks he has a pretty good grasp on where it's currently hiding out.
Okay.
What check would you like to make with that?
Survival, probably.
Okay, yeah,
Or I can make a tool check, but I think they're gonna be equivalent.
perfect.
14.
14. Okay. And then Nemea.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also had an idea. How would you like to contribute?
I feel like she would be like stuck ahead, like in the brush. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
That just looked like I can't hear you move. Yeah, so I feel like she essentially is kind of like keep moving around the party
Okay.
like looking for the boar like ahead of them, but like kind of always circling
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
And like being unseen, hoping to see it first before it like sees us.
Okay. I think that would probably maybe do investigation or stealth. I could see either of those working.
Okay. Let's see. Either of those are good for me. Doo. Be stealthy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you like lose track of her, and then you see her head pop out of a bush, and then like she'll be like, "No boar yet," and then be behind you and be like, "No boar yet."
Okay. Anyone else have ideas?
Yeah, I think Sophron is looking around for either signs that the boar has been here or signs of its prey. Do I suspect this is a boar that's goring and killing
Yeah.
villagers?
Yeah.
So I suspect there's some degree of violence to its actions, as well as
Yeah.
it's probably not eating berries idyllically in the forest, right?
Yeah.
So
Pretty rare at the beginning, but as you go further, you start to notice just like random acts of violence. Like a tree will just be knocked over. Not even like knocked over, like flung out of the way or like broken in half. You don't see any like carcasses or like violence against like living things, but it's just more just against the landscape at this point.
okay, so I would like to roll intelligence nature for looking for abnormal signs of animal activity.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
It had to be me.
Connor, this is kind of what I was gonna do too, so maybe I can hop in. Unless you want to spend a
What do you got?
resource.
What do you got? All right, I don't have
So-
any resources to spend.
If it's possible, Kai is on your shoulder. Or if not, that's okay.
I think, yeah, he'll carry you. Yeah.
Yeah, and he has an umbrella because he's trying to avoid getting too tan. And he's he is
Parasol.
yeah, parasol. Yeah, and he's just gabbing. He's just talking, but he also is kind of also glancing around. He's looking for specifically like an eagle or a hawk. Like all his life he's always been lucky, and some reason this like predator bird is part of his luck. And so yeah, he's looking, so in a way he's also looking for abnormal animal activity, and I think he's gonna mistake a vulture for an eagle.
Okay. They
And
look
like the
very
vulture is
similar.
going to be like, you know, finding carrion that's
Yeah.
been left in the wake of
Yeah.
a boar attack.
Yep.
Okay, so I'd like to perceive that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That was such a journey. I wasn't sure where it was going to go.
Well,
Natural 20.
First of
Whoa.
the campaign.
First
yeah,
of
wait,
the
do natural
campaign.
20s count as extra for these types of checks?
No.
I think if I can like add some zhuzh then for the natural 20, I think like there's like some like static that goes through Kai's hair, and he's like, "Look, an eagle," and it's a fucking vulture.
And then you
He's
notice
I
like
think we should go that way.
flocks. You notice one, and then two, and then
Yeah.
there's like flocks of vultures, like all headed in the same direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Aeneas, do you have an idea?
Yeah, so I think Aeneas is kind of walking with Kyra as like she's sort of helping to stabilize him as he is navigating through the forest. But
Mhm.
I feel like at this point we're starting to get closer and so on. And
Like
so
you and Kyra are getting like emotionally closer?
no, like closer to the boar.
Okay.
And Aeneas is like he's like, Kyra, you said it was a pretty big boar, right?
Oh yeah, well, really big, like 5.
Huge. And rampaging?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, just wait 1 sec. And he just sort of drops to the ground and then puts his ear to the dirt. And I want to make a survival check. Like, he's like listening for pounding hooves. And his hearing, I would assume, is quite
Yeah.
acute.
Go for it.
Not bad.
13. Okay. So, you got 76. You
We did
exceeded
it.
the 55. Okay. Yeah, so you are down there on the ground listening. Kyra also gets down and listens with you. She's talking, whispering to you. You have to, like, shush her.
Kyra, shh. I like put my finger on her lips. You just like close her mouth.
You do hear sort of in the distance, you can hear sort of stomping, violence, but you also hear like, I don't know, you're pretty in tune with nature. You hear also like the injuries to plants, like you feel a deep wrongness coming from that direction. More than just like the destruction caused. It's like this beast is not well. It's not natural.
Okay.
Okay, so you all, and as the whole group, you make your way north into the heartlands through this forest. You pass ravaged farms, settlements. They've all been attacked by the boar. There are clear signs of that. There are rocks and trees that have been gorged by tusks, leaving sort of deep, ragged trenches. We had those carrion birds all flocking in the same directions. Eventually, you do start to come across like them feasting on bodies of people who did not make it away from this boar. Eventually, you stumble upon sort of like the terrain gets a little more hilly, and you come across a crest. And from this height, you can see miles around the mountainous landscape to the west, and there's sort of a thick blanket of fog that covers the land below you. You can hear a gentle chorus of birds greeting the morning sun. And you see also just a path of wanton destruction leading down to this cave at the shadowy sort of cliff of one of these hills. And you can hear like ear-splitting grunts and squeals from this distance. It's a bad noise is coming from there. As you sort of walk up, like I assume, like how are you guys approaching the cave?
I mean,
Well, it's-
Sophron is very confident it's in there.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
There's nowhere for it to go. So as long as we're watching the entrance, we don't need to hide our presence necessarily.
Okay.
We're trapping it in its home.
Yeah.
I think
It's
we would
gonna be
want
aggressive
to
regardless.
I think we'd want to take care that it can't see us. Like, like we would stay away from line of sight, maybe.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I'm gonna take any image that you put up as canon,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna fly up to that little notch in the tree in the rocks and sit there.
Sure. Okay. You are all sort of planning. Yeah, go ahead, Namia.
As we like are seeing this destruction,
Mhm.
can we tell I have like 2 things I'm interested in. Has it eaten anything? Like, is it eating people? Is it
It sounds
like...
you've seen evidence of that, and it sounds like that's currently happening.
Okay. Second question. Does it like, has it destroyed like houses? Like
Yeah.
how big, like size
Yes.
and power of this thing? Can it like bulldoze a house?
You have seen houses bulldozed.
Okay. That was just clear. There's a difference between like
5 wasn't
rats
a
in the
good
house
number for you.
versus-
Yeah.
5 wasn't a good number
Boards
for
is
me.
not descriptive enough of the number of boars.
Okay, you guys are
unfortunately.
all sort of huddled. Elegy went off to fly to her little
Okay.
her cannon nook.
Yeah.
Taeneas like looks you
And
all
we need
over,
to set-
and you see Kyra sort of like marching and humming, and he's like, "Okay, you guys stay here. I'm gonna go look, make sure it's in there, and then I'll do some gestures." And Kyra's like, "Yeah, gestures. Come on, yeah, yes." And he's like, "Keep her here."
I don't think gestures are a great idea.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Taeneas sort of sneaks up. You guys can see sort of like a blood trail.
Going so close.
He's not going close. You guys are still pretty far.
Okay.
He sort of is just trying to lay eyes on this boar.
I mean, someone flew right to the entrance. Is how I'm gonna.
She's on a nook above the entrance. Okay, but he's sort of sneaking up, and you guys watch as he like steps on a branch and it breaks, and this like instant reaction. This giant boar comes barreling out of this cave up to him. He like tries to react, is drawing a bow to try and shoot this thing. You guys are starting the process of engaging it, and it runs up and just gorges him. His body goes flying. And we'll roll initiative.
In my mind, I think about
Alright.
how he had a confusing name, and it's good that he's gone.
He got gorged, which
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what that means.
I know.
Gouged?
He got
Gouged.
He's
Gorged.
Gorged.
He's
Gorged.
gorged.
Or
He's
gouged.
gorged. He's gorged.
He's
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
In a goring.
Gorgeous.
This is so rude to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you brought this
What
upon
fun
yourself.
You did it multiple times. That's the problem.
I think you're fine.
Stop.
How
Thank
do
you.
we roll initiative?
I think it just happens to us.
Yeah, it just happens to you.
It does it for you.
Initiative
yeah.
just happens to us?
Yeah.
Wow. That's funny.
Okay. So, I've sort of placed you guys here, yeah, in this corner.
Tree Nook.
Trina.
The
And
minute I
perfect. Okay. Elegy, you are up first. What would you
Is
do?
he a
You
golden
hear?
boar?
Yeah, he's also out here.
Wow,
He's run
he's
out
beautiful.
and gorged.
Gorged himself on the flesh of
Yeah.
Taeneas.
And this is Havan. He's back here. Kyra is also over here. And then the four of you are
Have
back
on,
here.
more like Hamon.
Okay. What are you doing? First turn of the whole campaign, make it a big one.
I'm going to sit in my tree nook and wait to see what everybody else does.
Perfect. Aeneas, you hear horrible noise of tusk on hunter flesh. And then you hear a yell, and then you don't hear Taeneas anymore.
That's concerning. Yeah. I will. Let's see. I will run behind this tree, and then I'll sort of fall to the ground, to like my knees on the ground, and I just sort of like plant my hands, and I say, "Thylea, protect them." And then these sort of like spectral glowing roots come from my hands and go over to Sophron, Kyriakos, and Nemia, and they are now blessed. And you can see these sort of like spectral vines have kind of climbed around you. Immaterial, they're like very ghostly, ephemeral. But you are now blessed. That
Okay.
will be my turn.
Kyra was like, "Oh, that was crazy!" And she doesn't do anything on her turn. Demia.
Fuck. Hate her.
Wow. What a big help. I am going to move over here. Right behind this tree.
Yep.
And that'll be my turn.
We're all doing a lot.
Kyriakos!
We're all doing a lot.
Okay. I
I
think
did a lot.
So Kyriakos is like trying to save the person who's down.
Mhm.
He doesn't really know what their status is, just that they're getting gorgeous-ted.
Yeah, they're getting gorged.
You're not getting bored.
So he's running over
don't
there.
go up there! No!
Yeah,
Way.
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna be a hero, and then runs over there. Yeah, he's gonna try to strike this boar with his spear.
Yeah.
You think the person who's getting gored is giving me advantage?
No. 100% no.
Wait, did that
Yeah,
roll?
attack. You rolled an attack, a 7. That misses.
Okay.
Anything else?
I guess he has bless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Go ahead and roll a d4.
Is that actually gonna matter? Probably not.
It's not.
It's a 9. I think what you see is that there's like some light like glints off of his spear, and Kyriakos gets to kind of strike again or another shot. I'm rolling with advantage. I'm using a luck point.
Okay.
$17.
17 does hit. So this boar
Perfect.
is busy, like, clearing Aeneas off of his tusks. As you sort of sneak in, it doesn't quite see you, and you just get it real good. You notice, now that you're up this close, this boar is currently bleeding. Like, it has a couple spears in its back, and, like, they look like fresh wounds. There's open wounds on its back.
And when my spear connects with his flesh, does he react in pain or?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Well, I do 11 damage
Perfect.
ostensibly.
Ostensibly. The boar, as you stab him, turns and sort of hovers over you and is like, I smell the stink of the war god on you. And it just hits you with his tusks for a...
Level 1 is scary. Level 1 is
Thank-
scary.
14
Scary.
to hit.
We're safe. We're so safe.
Can I use my where is my this is a new system. I apologize. Where do I find my AC? It's 12. Can I use our new like retconning system?
No,
No.
that's not what
We're
it
off
is.
to a strong start.
No,
That's
not
how
in
that
combat.
works?
Not in combat yet. We
Oh,
have we
not in
haven't.
combat?
We're gonna ease that one in.
Yeah.
I was wondering if Daddy gave me Shield of Faith as a bonus action, but that's fine.
So you
All
take 10 damage, halved to 5, and are thrown 20 feet backwards
Why is it half to 5?
because he halved it to throw you back 20 feet.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
So go ahead and move yourself, and then it is going to. Oh, it'll stay there. It'll stay there. It now feels like Kyriakos has been dealt with, and it turns its gaze to others of you. How about
Boom.
is getting over the death of, or the imminent death of his hunter friend.
Ignore that.
Okay, will do. He draws a bow. He hits 20 to hit and does 6 damage.
Oh,
Nice.
and is going to
Wow.
run and hide behind Nemea.
There's a chain of people hiding behind.
I'll allow it.
Relatively sensible.
Yeah.
Sophron.
Okay, so this thing has spoken.
Correct.
Sophron will respond with a roar and bear his head down, revealing his horns, and charge forward 30 feet into melee with this creature.
Okay.
As he roars into battle, his feet just like dig holes into the earth as he stomps into a rage. So I'll do that with my bonus action, and then with my action, attack with my pole arm, essentially, and cleave at his legs, trying to topple him from where he stands.
Yep. A 9 does not hit.
No, we got
You're
blessed.
blessed.
Mm-hmm.
The 13 isn't going to hit, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, we'll roll it anyway. But that's fine. We have entered melee with him. We're in, a distracting range, and we're real mad about it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Elegy, back to you.
Okay. People are actually fighting it, so it's time to kick into gear.
What?
So I will fly basically above the board, but I'll put myself like here.
Mhm.
And like almost like you said, there's spears sticking into its body. So
Yeah.
like grab onto one of the spears and like hang on to that basically.
Mhm.
And then I will slash at it with feet talons for my action.
Feet talons.
Feet talons, which is misses. But
But
then as my
then
bonus
away.
action, I will like shove the spear that I'm holding on to in deeper,
Yeah.
which also misses.
Yep.
But I'm trying.
But you're trying, and that's what counts. Okay. Aeneas.
Okay, Aeneas will sort of pop up from the ground after he casts that spell, and he'll look at the boar, having heard it talk, and he'll be like, "Great boar, what has happened to you? This is not who you are." And then he'll also at the same time cast Starry Wisp, and he will bring down the heavens on this boar as a mote. Well, he'll try to. A mote of starlight sort of like flashes from his hand. But this is
Your-
not.
The mote of starlight sort of tries to make target on it, and you see just this black inky light sort of well up out of this boar, and just completely negate what you did. It seems to be protected by something in that regard. Okay. Anything else?
Okay. Nope, I'm gonna stay behind this tree.
Okay. Kyra's turn. She is going to pull out her recorder. Start playing a little ditty. It's
Yes.
quite good now. Like
Hot cross buds.
crossbuns. And she is going to start just launch into this this song about Kyriakos,
Let
the
the bodies hit the
undying,
floor.
Kyriakos, the strong Kyriakos. He can't be bested by this piggy. And she's going to give you a song of perseverance. So, until the end of her next turn, if you were to go unconscious, you make a con check and instead go to 1 hit point. That's her
Get back
turn.
in the fight.
Nemea.
Yay! I am going to climb that tree.
Havon's like, where are you going?
Come up here. I'll give him a hand up if he wants to climb up the tree. I'm gonna climb that tree, and shoot at the boar with my short bow.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing, bada boom.
17 hits, 6 damage.
And I'd like to use steady aim, right,
Okay.
Abby? Is that how this works? I remember
I don't
if
know.
I stay in the same spot. I feel like we talked about it, but I'm pretty sure with the new 2024, you get
Yeah, you're
steady
the
aim.
expert. Okay, perfect. Does that affect something
Sounds good.
now or next time?
I'll have advantage
Got it.
next time.
Okay. Kyriakos.
Kai, like, landed on his feet. He's like spits out some blood. He's like pretty. He has like tone, like just like for aesthetic purposes. But the way that he hit that boar and most of his teammates couldn't, suggest something else is going on. And so he's gonna re-engage this, and maybe like let's not like poo-poo him when he's like, I'm gonna be a hero. And so yeah, he is rushing back into melee with this guy, and he's gonna like jump over Sophron's shoulder, and as he does that, not necessarily intentionally, he's gonna cast Shield of Faith on his friend, and he'll be like, stay safe, friend, and from the shoulder launch another attack with his spear.
Ah.
Can I add this D4 in the original roll? Oh, I can. It's 19 to hit.
Nice. That does hit. 6
6.
damage.
That's it.
Perfect. The boar.
So Sophron, you have Shield of Faith.
Nice.
Okay. On the boar's turn, it sort of. You guys have taken some damage, mainly from Kyriakos unexpectedly, but it has, and it sort of is wheeling around, and it's like, I don't know, looking for a target. You can see its little beady eyes searching. It looks up, it sees Elegy flying above it, and it snarls at that, and it sort of like, I don't know, pulses, and like this black wave comes out of it, enveloping
for us.
all of you.
Love that for
Love
us.
that for us.
Mhm.
And I need you
I'm
all to
glowing.
make. Yeah, this still affects you. You all need to make wisdom saving throws.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not
Get
what
a
we like to
bonus
see.
D4.
18.
Nice.
Oh, I rolled that with advantage, and I shouldn't have. It's actually an 11 plus a D4.
Whoa.
I apologize.
is
Am
it-
I just
All of us?
No, it's
All
all of us, not the three of us.
Everyone.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
I guess that includes Sophron.
And Kyra.
question on the mechanics? Are we just rolling the wisdom?
Oh, wisdom
Skill.
saving throw.
Wisdom save.
So
If you click
click
wisdom,
on wisdom, you'll see check
Yeah.
and save.
Yeah.
Click save.
Ah, thank you.
Wait, so did you get an 11 or a 1, Connor?
I got an 11 plus 1
Oh, plus 1.
Jeez, I got a
What's the
four.
+1 from?
from
Bless.
Bless.
Nice.
Okay.
That will
Yeah.
Also,
You also have a bless.
Oh, that bless. Okay. Aeneas only. You are just this blackness. You don't see blackness like the rest of us, but you can feel this blackness, and it is just as disorienting. And you are sort of all turned around and are confused.
Great.
Wow.
Havon
Okay.
climbs up into this tree with Nemea. He's like, is it really the best option? And then that blackness happens. He's like, what was that? And then he just closes his eyes and shoots. He's just going for it.
Mm.
And oh, he hits 3 damage. He's doing. He's
Keep it up, buddy.
he's helping. He is
Keeping away.
helping. Sophron, you are up
Okay.
close to this boar, and you also now see its sort of open wounds, and they are still like actively bleeding. Like it's taken some damage before you all got here.
All right. So what we're gonna do? I drop the halberd pole arm that I'm holding, and I take my hands and just dig them into the existing wounds and try to wrestle this boar to the ground as I'm pulling at its muscles from inside the wounds.
Okay, yeah.
So that is an unarmed strike.
Natural 20 hits.
Yeah, that'll do it. And I would like to knock him prone.
Does he take that 8 damage as well?
No.
No.
Okay.
You
I didn't
choose.
think so. Yep.
Let me make sure I'm doing this right. But you choose to knock them prone, shove or grapple them.
Yeah.
And if I shove them, the target makes a strength or dexterity save
Yeah, okay.
against my DC, which should be 13.
Strength or dexterity save.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Against a DC 13 fails, so he is prone on the ground.
Nice.
Perfect. That all?
That'll do it. I'm
Elegy.
very angry about all this.
Okay. The boar is prone, so I'm gonna fly down towards it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like get its face next to one of my hands.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna be like, you
breathing
suck,
out
buddy. And just
hot black
punch his
air.
face.
Okay. Rude. Do you have advantage because he's prone?
Yeah.
Okay, 16
Sorry.
hits.
Let me see if I get a natural 20. 6 damage.
I feel like everyone's done 6 or 3 damage. I just keep typing that number.
And then I will like try to scratch through his eye with my bonus action.
Yeah. That's a lot of.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a bad damage roll,
Girl.
but 7 damage.
7 damage? That's not 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's it.
Very effective. Okay. Aeneas, at the beginning of your turn, please roll a d10.
I just wanted to make you know that this is a level 4 spell, a 4th level spell. Okay.
Yeah.
And you rolled bad.
And you rolled bad.
I did on my
Wasn't that
best.
hard to succeed, and you just rolled bad. 8. Let's see. Is there a melee attack randomly within reach? No one's within reach. Okay, so you don't do anything.
Congratulations.
You did
I
not
think
hurt
it's
anyone.
another
Woo,
save.
climb a-
Yes, you gotta make a save.
Big money.
Nice. Okay. You shake it off momentarily. You like swing your fist and you're like, wait, I don't punch things.
Not usually. I hit a tree really hard and
They're
I
like,
sting.
ow.
Oh god. Oh wait, what?
I would never hurt a tree.
I would never. Yeah, the tree is like, get a grip.
Kyra takes in the battlefield. Kyriakos at death's door. Sophron elbow deep inside the boar. Aeneas punching a tree in the background, and she's like, "Okay." She puts the flute away, and she brings out the lyre, and she starts playing a different song. This one is talking about the great heroes of the prophet that definitely fought the boar and won, and they did it heroically, and they did not punch trees, and they were very effective. And until the end of her next turn, all of you who can hear her can re-roll 1 die of your choice.
Oh.
Ooh, we like that.
Nemea.
I do want to point out,
Nice.
Sarah, just for you, because the boar is now
Yeah.
prone, ranged attacks against it have disadvantage.
Thank you, because I did not. In
That's
fact.
and that's, I just figured I'd offer that information just on a hunch. Melee attacks against it
Good.
have advantage, but ranged attacks have disadvantage.
All right. Well, let's get up there then with everybody else. And I'm gonna kind of
Oh, they changed
over
it.
here.
They did.
Yeah, I'm the I've decided I'm the condition.
Thank you. We need it.
The 2024 condition
Yeah.
logger.
Tell
Um,
me.
If you're prone, you have
Before I
disadvantage on
commit.
attack rolls, and an attack roll against you has advantage. Oh, if the attacker was within 5 feet. So it doesn't say melee, but you could shoot it and have advantage
From 5 feet.
from 5 feet.
But doesn't close range give you
Yeah,
disadvantage?
at
Yeah.
least it used
So-
to.
I don't know.
All right.
You're
We're gonna
probably
forget
best to
that. We're
stab
just
it.
gonna see that everybody's having. Yeah, all these people are having fun stabbing things. I want to stab too. I'm like, hold on. Chill out. Like stay where you are. I got this. So I run up and I will hack at it with my short sword right in the stabby spear wound.
Mhm.
And I'm not quite sure. I should get sneak attack.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm not sure how this will work with the roll. They make it a separate roll, so I think that's how we'll do it. So this is
15 hits.
short sword. Great. And then sneak attack. Did you do anything?
You should
Nope,
just
didn't do
roll
anything.
a-
A
Nice.
d6?
yeah,
What is
D6
that, a
for
d4?
the amount. I think it's a 6.
It's
Okay.
6, yeah.
There you go.
1.
Ugh.
1.
Yeah.
This is a 7. That's not
Pretty
a 6.
sneaky. Pretty sneaky. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
You can re-roll a die, any die, not just an attack.
Oh.
Reroll a d6 even.
die. You're right. Sure. Let's go for that. I'm gonna like I do one stab with the sword and then I go back and I'm about to like do in the same place, but then I'm like no.
You hear Kyra's
New
inspirational
place.
music.
Go for the tendon. Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
we can do this.
The verse in the song says, "Go for the tendon."
Hamstring it. Yeah, hamstring it while it's down. You just
Yeah.
need a little nick.
Ham.
Come
Yeah.
on, Namia.
yeah.
Think with your brain. And she goes.
I told you she has a brain disease.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
5. Nice. So yeah, you hamstring it, and Kyra goes. She's like, "Yeah, hamstring that pig. Get it? Hamstring."
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah, Kai under his breath, because he's like talking to himself, like an athlete, like in like the zone. He's like, it's time to bring home the bacon. And, he, I think his spear is like already in this boar, so he's just gonna
Yep.
thrust it.
Rest.
Which I'm just using as flavor for another
Yeah.
attack.
Yep.
Perfect.
17.
Anyways,
0
17 and-
damage.
Why did you roll unarmed?
I don't know why I rolled unarmed. May I roll again?
Yeah, you can roll the correct die.
Why can't I roll with advantage? How do you do that mechanically again?
Right click.
Right click. Thank you. Right click. It's not. I'll just
10 damage.
We'll do the
Oh my god.
first. We'll do the first damage, second or highest number.
It's already going
No,
so
no.
well.
That doesn't hit. So I'll just.
The 11
roll
does
again.
hit.
You have.
Oh, 11 does hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do 10 damage to it.
You notice the boar getting slower as the combat goes on, as it continues to lose blood.
And then I'll step away over here.
Come.
Behind my big beefy man.
Yep. Can it?
Opportunity attack?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
it just has
opportunity attacks,
disadvantage.
it does have disadvantage. Okay.
This is correct.
Disadvantage. Natural 1.
Nice.
He tried to trick us, guys.
I did.
I don't like that.
I think like maybe like some like there's like some like glint of sunlight or like some like caw of a hawk, and
Yep.
the boar is distracted while I step away.
Okay. Are you grappling it or do you just knock it prone?
I knocked it prone.
Okay. It's gonna stand up.
Ugh.
The audacity, and it's going to take its
Rude.
tusk and it's going to spin in a circle. And let's see, Sophron, Nemea, and Elegy, please make dexterity saves.
With bless, except
That's
Elegy,
all-
you're too far away.
Yeah.
Making
It's
sure
all
I
your
don't have
favorite
anything
checks to
for it.
make,
I know, right?
Mr. Beefy.
We gotta find a different name, guys.
Mr. Beefy, Mr. Ground Beef.
Sorry, get a D4 on there. Total of 11.
11, what, 11, 21, 12? Okay, so you all succeed and you take half damage. So 10 half to 5.
Whoa.
Halved again, because I'm assuming it's piercing.
Yes.
Okay, so to 2. Nice.
Damage, that's spicy.
And the boar grunts out and says, "You cannot best me, mortals. Your sins cannot be atoned." And that's its turn. Havon! Oh! What's he gonna do? He's going to hop down out of the tree. He's gonna run up beside Nemea. And he's gonna try and hit this thing. He has an idol. And her name is Nemea, and he's gonna do what she does. And he's gonna horribly miss. Okay, he's not good with doing that.
Does he get to reroll a die?
Oh, he does.
Yeah! Let's go.
Nice. I'm like, come on, buddy.
Even worse.
Oh wow.
Out.
Classic.
Sophron.
Okay, so my hands are still inside this boar,
Correct,
and I'm gonna like lift it and then suplex it into the ground to try to knock it prone again.
Sure.
I don't think you have to make an attack roll, do you?
Yes, you do now for because remember how grapple got nerfed and I was all
Yeah.
upset about it.
Yeah. Boy,
you
do
can
we.
unarmed strike, and you can choose to do damage, to shove, or to grapple.
But you
Yeah.
don't make an attack roll if you don't do damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. If you hit, you choose which effect.
No.
Let me...
I think that's true, right?
Whenever you use your unarmed strike, choose one of the following options for its effect. Damage. You may make an attack roll against the target. Grapple. The target must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw. Shove. The target must succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I mean, well, sure. Yeah, I guess it rolls strength or dex then against DC 13.
DC 13. 13 meets it, beats it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
way worse than an attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elegy.
Yeah.
I'll try to knock it prone.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly up and I'm gonna like just stop flying and let gravity bring me down on top of it.
Oh, nice.
Give me the old splat.
I don't know what my DC is.
It'll be strength plus 8 plus proficiency.
It's not.
Is your strength
Yeah.
more than 2?
No.
Oh, it rolled a 10.
Okay. Okay, then it's fine. And then I'll just punch it as my bonus action.
Okay.
I tried to be cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It would have been cool if it
I
worked.
fail.
Yeah, you fail. Okay, Aeneas.
Okay. I will. I mean, I'm keeping that bless up, and I will attempt again to sort of smite it with some the power of the stars. I lift my hand up and throw a radiant spark of energy at the golden boar. Starry wisp. Go, I choose you.
Oh, I used my dexterity modifier to set the DC, not strength. So it is prone.
I'm saying
Okay.
this is now. Yeah, as well.
Okay, so it's prone. That doesn't change anything, I don't think.
I had advantage on my attack then,
Oh,
but I still miss.
Yeah.
It's all good.
okay. 15 hits.
Okay, it takes 4 damage.
Nice. Okay.
Unless it's immune to radiant.
Funny enough, it's not.
Nice. Okay, that's it.
Ooh, Kyra. She's
Actually, wait, I get to reroll the die, right?
yeah.
I rolled a 1 for my damage die, so I'm rerolling that.
Okay.
Before we lose that bonus.
Yep. Big difference. What? Moderate difference.
That's a 9 damage.
Okay. You did not knock it prone, correct?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay,
Elegy
perfect.
did. Sophron
Elegy
did not.
flies up, elbow drives this boar into the ground. As it's splayed out, all like 4 legs going in different
Hail.
directions. Kyra goes, "Whoa, that's what I call ground pork!" And then she spends her turn laughing at her own joke. The man.
All right, this piggy's proud. I'm gonna hack at it with my short sword yet again, aiming for the soft belly, and I'm just gonna slice and dice,
Make some bacon.
make some bacon. Anybody want some pork belly? And attack. And
With
then I will
advantage.
add in sneak attack.
Okay, 12 hits.
For 5.
Nice.
More nice. That's some good bacon.
Quality bacon.
Okay. Kyriakos, or is there anything else?
That's it.
Kyriakos.
Apparently, we dice rolled a 14 for some reason.
Is that your attack?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out this new interface. I apologize. So
If you
under
like-
his breath.
Yeah, it's like
So I've clicked melee attack, and now
Uh-huh.
I have an up button for roll. Should
Yeah.
I? How do I make that?
Yeah.
Click the arrow, and that will roll it.
Okay, but how do I make it an advantage?
Drag the roll button up. Does that work?
See, that's what I thought too, and it's not working. So anyway,
When you click your attack, right-click it instead of clicking it with your left click.
And you can
Yeah.
roll
Oh.
it.
go
oh,
use with advantage.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, so under his breath, Kyriakos is gonna be like, "Time to take this piggy to the market," and he's gonna run over, and he's gonna plunge his spear deeper in. Thank you, Connor. Let's see if this worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
All right.
7 damage.
So yeah, Kai's feeling pretty good. He's
Yeah.
done a bunch of damage to
You've
this
done a
thing.
bunch of damage. This little piggy needs to go to the nearest urgent clinic.
This little piggy goes wee 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 all the way home.
Okay. Its turn. It looks at the man right in front of it. What did you do last turn? You were rude to it. Oh, you sneak attacked it.
I love this for me,
Yeah.
who has 3 health.
He simply you know, he's gonna move back here.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh
Do we
boy.
all get
That's
attack
a
of
lot
opportunity?
of opportunity attacks.
Opportunity.
Yeah, if you want to.
Hulk smash. Okay, let me get a rules check real quick. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding. I believe as an attack of opportunity, you can make an unarmed strike. And when you make an unarmed strike, you can choose to deal damage, attempt to grapple, or attempt to shove.
Oh,
And for
nice.
mine, I would like to act first, and I would like to attempt to grapple.
Nice.
So I just dig my hands into the flesh of his haunches just a little bit more and try and yank him towards me as he goes to leave.
Yeah. 5.
That sure feels like a fail
It
against
does certainly feel like a fail.
13. So
No.
he tries to leave and he is stuck.
Does everyone else still get an attack of opportunity? If he doesn't actually move?
I think. But he activated the movement. I don't know.
I got the attack of opportunity off. Let's see. Has there been an errata to attack of
That is a
opportunity?
good question.
That is a good
Yeah,
question, because it's
it
when
seems
someone
like you
moves
s-
out of your range, but if you grapple him as he's moving out of your range, then he doesn't even move out of your range. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
huh.
I
it's
agree.
If it's
successfully grappled.
Maybe that doesn't work.
instantaneous,
that's
I
fine.
mean, I think if he's moving to the right,
Yeah.
I would say Sophron and Nemea, and I guess this other guy,
Yeah.
would probably all get it at the same time, and then
Yeah.
Kai and I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Nemea, so
Yes.
you can make an attack of opportunity if you would like.
Bizarre.
Great. And that can just be any attack that I have, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you get sneak attack. I haven't checked the rules.
you
Yeah.
don't.
You used to
can
be
only get
able
it
to,
once
but I don't
per-
think you do anymore.
I think you can only get it once per round per
Okay.
character.
Okay. I'll whack him on the snoot.
Boop. That's a big boop. It hits 4
Boop.
damage. Okay. Well, then, okay. And Havon has a bow out, so he doesn't even do anything. Then, in that case, he is not going to move, which is probably for the best for Nemea.
Yep.
And he will simply tusk you.
Simply.
Oh.
Yeah, he's very nice. Does a 18 hit?
In fact, it does.
Ugh, wonderful. 5 damage.
Okay, I pass promptly out.
It was a short life.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
You only had
It was a
4
good
days
life.
of memory.
Less memories, even less memories.
I lived it to the fullest.
Avon sees you go down.
passes out.
Passes out from fear. First
Passes out.
his mentor, then his role
Pisses his
model,
pants.
Sophron.
To clarify, sneak attack is still once per turn, not once
Yeah.
per round.
Okay.
So we do get a sneak attack die.
It's good.
Okay.
So you can roll a d6,
Should
Sarah,
I
if you wanna.
retroactively?
Yeah,
Okay,
it happened before
I'll do it.
you went to market.
Passed out.
Yep. Took a nap.
He was
Nice.
like, put him, and I was
Nice,
like,
nice.
I'm not going down swinging.
Okay, Sophron.
Get that pig
I
on
think
the
we're-
ground.
Should I
it's
just do it
really
again?
good.
I'm gonna get that pig on the ground.
Get that piggy in a blanket and on the ground.
Ground that pig.
Ground pig. I didn't even need to roll.
You
He needs
didn't
to
even
roll.
need to
What am
roll.
I doing? I hate the new rules. Oh my god.
Does an 8?
Get that pig on the ground.
Put it on the ground.
That
I
pig
don't
has
know
been
what is happening.
grounded.
Why does he? Okay. You just
I'm
really
gonna
want.
punch this pig on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Time to ground that beef.
This is turned into
Enter the
brawl
meat
wrestling.
grinder.
Wait, I needed to roll with advantage. Okay, a hit for 4 damage.
4 damage. You put the piggy on the ground, and you also put him in the ground.
Oh. He's dead?
He's dead. Okay, so how do you do that?
I think I just like went in for a big punch because his head's on the ground. So I like punch his head, and
Yep.
then like went to just keep doing my turn.
Yep.
Without realizing this pig is dead.
Yeah. Okay, and you
Stop! He's already
You
dead.
ground his little piggy head
Beating a dead
into
pig.
a sausage, like the inside of a sausage.
Oh.
And then sort of a black, like the black spirit of this pig, like perfect shape of the pig, like rises up out of its body and turns to look at you, Elegy,
You are a bad pig. Go away.
and he says,
Oh, he's a
No.
good pig.
"Know this, mortals. An ancient power sleeps in the heart of Thylea, and when it awakens, the age of Mytros will come to an end. Just as he looks down, broken body falls to ruin and decay, so too all mortal things will come to death and darkness. No prophecy can save you." And then the spirit poofs into black mist.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. You're
Okay, we
left.
should probably help Nemia.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I had work.
Yeah. Aeneas will wander over. Be like, where is she? He sort of whacks the side of your head with his quarterstaff a little bit, as he's sort of like feeling out where you are. And he then sort of gets down on his knees again. I think there's like maybe a little like bush right next to you that has a couple berries on it, and he plucks those off real quick, and he whispers quietly to the berries, and then he plucks one and he feels out for your mouth. He squeezes your jaw to open it like a dog, and then he sort of take your medicine. And he sort of punches his berry down your throat. Swallow.
Get a throat rub.
And I cast good berry, so she gets 1 HP and comes back. If it still works the same as it always works.
1 HP. Let it
Hey,
be.
hey, do you got another one of those? Aeneas will kind of, or Kai will kind of pull on Aeneas's sleeve.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've got more, but you're looking fine, mate.
There's like blood pouring out of his mouth.
If you're not on the ground, you're not worth a berry. That's
You
been
weren't
taught
on
to
the
you.
ground unconscious, so
He spits a little. He's got 2 out of 7 health.
part of your tooth comes out.
Yeah.
2 out of 7's pretty good. All right, you can have 1, but only
Thank you.
1.
Thank you.
This isn't. These don't just grow on trees, you know.
Yeah, they grow on bushes. Guys, we're heroes.
Don't we have to burn it? You're Kyra, we can't.
Kyra, this is the best day
Wow.
ever.
Build yourself more.
You guys killed it. That was crazy. Do you remember when you pile drived it into the ground? You were wrestling it from the inside, and then you were punching a tree in the background. I've never seen anything like it. Whoa.
What about our guide? Is he alive? Is he making death saving
Snails.
throws, or is he? Yeah.
She looks. Oh, no, I don't think he made it.
Can we give
No,
him
the
a
other one. There's 2 of them.
Oh,
Oh, good.
no, Havon is
Havon's
currently
fine.
crying over Taneas' body. Yeah.
So Kai didn't eat his good berry. He's actually trying to put it in the mouth of the dead
Yeah.
guy.
Roll a d6.
Roll a d6.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, this is a fun game.
This is
a
a fun
classic.
game. When I am not emotionally invested in the answer, you roll a d6, and on an even, it's yes. On an odd, it's no.
Even yes, odds no. Oh, he did.
Oh.
He's
No.
dead. He's
Nope.
dead.
There's like some static energy. His hair goes up. and
I think this is an
I'll-
ability.
can't
You
luck
can't. You
dice
can't.
the
The
D6.
D6
No,
is
no, no,
final.
no,
You
no.
can't luck the D6.
Yeah,
No.
the D6
Yeah.
is
No, Taeneas.
The D6 of fate.
Taeneas,
Wow.
it was his time.
Well,
His name was too close to Aeneas, so we had to get rid of him.
the good berry is just
I
like
didn't even realize
rude.
that till just
It was very confusing. Human names are all the same.
Oh.
Elegy. You can't say that.
I just did.
No. It's not
Um,
nice.
Logan, are there any distinctive features of this golden boar? Does it have like a really big tusk or like a birthmark in the shape of a star or something crazy and like, wow, I can't believe we saw that boar.
It's
They have the same
gold.
thing. Sure, yeah, but just like
it's gold.
Is it gold any longer?
Yeah, it's still gold. I mean, it has big golden tusks. It doesn't have. I mean, it has markings. Nothing like purposefully distinct about it.
but it has golden tusks.
I think
All right, we're
Nemea
sawing those
will
off like
start
they're made of
hacking up-
ivory.
Is this poaching?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not poaching if you killed it.
That is not how that works.
That's exactly how that works. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think Kai is like just quietly like gathering. He's like very down. He's like very sad he couldn't like save this person. So he's just like gathering wood for
Yeah.
a funeral pyre.
Yeah, Kyra helps you out. And she says, "You know this, so I'm just gonna speak it. But you've already known. It's customary to burn the dead. You know that. You exist in Thylea, and then you put two little coins on their eyes so that they can pay the fairy toll."
Yeah, my friend Saffron's got the coins.
Okay. Well, it was a good gesture anyway.
I got the wood.
Yeah, okay.
Also, we have to sacrifice the boar.
Oh yeah, you do. Who you can sacrifice it to?
I have ideas.
Myrtos.
Nope.
We should respect the mother goddess and give it to Thylea.
I just have a feeling there's
I'm
this
okay
other
with
one.
I think Thylea is good too.
I agree. Thylea sounds good.
I think we should all be in agreement. This
I,
seems like a big deal.
Sophron will like stand up with his golden tusk that he's hacked off the mouth of this boar.
Uh-huh.
Thylea's fine.
All right.
guess.
Let's have the
Okay. You guys
You
build.
walk and you get a bounty every day, and now you will give back to it.
You light a great fire, burning the body of this great golden boar, and all is still for a moment as the fires of the sacrifice begin to, like, unnaturally quickly consume this boar. One of the branches like cracks, and like releases a bird song. Like it cracks, and just you hear like beautiful bird songs coming out of this fire. And then all around you, you just start to hear like the cries of birds, of woodland creatures, of like everything in the forest is like making noise. And like the woodland creatures come out of the forest, like they curiously step out into the clearing and out of hiding places. Like a chipmunk comes out of a tree, some of the birds land, and they all seem to stare at you knowingly. And then they retreat into the forest.
I think
You're-
under his breath, like Kai is trying to like offer this also to
You're gonna double dip?
Pythos.
You're gonna double dip?
Yeah, I'm doubling dip. I'm double dipping. Fine.
Who'd you say you're
Yeah.
sacrificing it to?
Pythos.
Okay.
Just like under his breath, it's like you guys are like, oh
like,
please,
"Ah,
Thylea,
no."
accept this gift, and then I was like, also Pythos, if you could just take this too a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, skim a little off the top.
Yeah. Oh, fine.
That nothing happens with that one. You don't hear
It's
it.
That's fine. That's normal. Used to that. Used to silence. It's fine.
Wow, that was crazy.
Are you going to write about that?
Oh yeah, I've already written it down.
Well, read it back.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so there was a great argument. Kai was outnumbered, 12-1. But he bravely fought, but he was outvoted, and you sacrificed it to Thylea, the mother goddess, and then all the woodland creatures came out and threw a party in your honor. There was a lot of confetti. Kai was sort of moping because he didn't get his way, but then he was happy at the end because he realized the power of friendship overcomes all.
That's very good.
Yeah, thanks. Oh my god. Okay, I almost forgot. This was a big one. Okay, so after you kill the boar, the Oracle, and I tend to agree with her because she's like all knowing and very smart. She recommended that you guys like swear an oath to sort of tie you guys together. You know, it's like oaths are a big deal. So like you swear an oath of like fellowship.
A fellowship.
Yeah, and then I just feel like great things are going to come of that. Because right now you're just 5 strangers. I mean, you don't know anything about her. She doesn't know anything about herself. She doesn't remember last week. But if you're tied together, then what are you going to do? You got to stay together, you know?
I think
Why
Kai.
don't we stay together for a little bit and then we can decide on oath later? It's a little early in the relationship.
Wow.
I just feel like I
think-
know you guys so well, you know?
You're swearing an oath too?
No.
So why does it matter? What?
No,
Okay.
no, I mean, I just was saying that I felt like I knew you all so well, even in this short amount of time. So you should also know each other well in this short amount of time. If you don't want, that's fine.
Elegy
I was
is
just
the real
offering
one.
it.
Like,
Silence.
I have nothing to lose.
Let's speak to the Oracle first. Elegy's right. Give this some time to mature.
Great. Okay. Well, yeah, Oracle, let's go there. Actually, we should definitely go there. I think something bad is happening there. But we couldn't go back until you had killed the boar because, you know, the prophecy says step 1, step 2. You can't go step 2, step 1. So I don't know. She talks to me like every night, and she stopped talking to me like 2 nights ago. So that was a little weird. And she's very friendly. So she's a gabber. So she's not one to just stop talking. So a little
She's
worried
a
about that
gabber?
one. Yeah. Oh yeah, she just won't shut up. I mean, sometimes you're like,
Oh,
girl, just stop
she's
talking. Give someone else
very
space. Oh
talkative.
my god, yeah. She knows her. She just doesn't shut up sometimes. So anyway, I think that we should go there. That is a little worrisome, you know.
Oops, that's
I
right.
see the look on your
Yeah.
face. You're all.
Mia staggers. That's one HP.
Just
And he's
Bullying
like,
out of
let's
every
go.
face hole.
Kyriakos is gonna like go help to stabilize you, like get under your shoulder, and he's gonna like look at like his body is like coated in boar blood and like the
Boar
black
gore?
tar, boar gore, and the black tar, and he like looks across like his teammates, and they also are covered in the same stuff except for this Aeneas guy, and he's like, sounds like hero shit. Let's go.
Perfect. And with that, we will end it for the night, and we will start next
Like-
week, as you all have a little bit of time to rest to recover. But you set out on the next stage of your journey, headed to the Oracle. Let's see. I mean, I think that's just it. We don't have any bookkeeping. Oh, we're gonna do like Artha stuff, but that's always off camera so that you guys,
Yeah.
when you make me cry, the viewers
Invisible
don't see it.
bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Do we want to reveal more about our character classes, or do we want to wait for?
No, let's see if they can guess.
to
Let's see if they can
air.
guess until next week.
They've got it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got it?
I
They got
actually
it.
no, they don't. I don't know.
Joey, you're the only one they might not have figured
Oh,
out.
so then, I mean, that's because I don't think Joey's done anything about his class, so.
I have, but it might be specific to
Really?
this Odyssey that we're
Yeah.
playing.
So, okay. Well, we will be back.
So we'll have a behind the scenes coming out
Oh yeah.
of the character creation.
Oh, that too. Yeah,
after.
that'll have all of that information in it.
Yeah.
Oops.
Did we
Yeah,
did we
so-
divulge?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Sounds like they already
Cool.
guessed it. So, but we'll be back. Yeah, we'll have a little bonus, like episode 0 for you all. In the meantime, it's very informal. But it should be, it's very
It's not
informal.
awesome, but it is pretty informal.
And then we'll be back next week. I think that's all. So we'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the new campaign. We're all going to have a blast. I have a 3-page document of puns that I'm ready to whip out at a moment's notice. So it's going to be a good time. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.